Good afternoon and a warm welcome to each present here. I am so grateful to welcome our delegates for celebrating 150th free virtual webinar of Sadgun Sang Meet. I feel privileged to open this webinar and stand here. I am Shushma Kindalkar, your host for today. Lord Ganesha is worshipped first before beginning any puja or anything auspicious in homes or places of business. So let's start the program with Ganesh Vandana.
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा.
About Sadgun Sang. Sadgun Sang is a series of educative, informative weekly webinars aiming to illuminate professionals on possible solutions to current issues of industry and economy organized by Sundar Chesaram Kataria Foundation in association with International Certification Services Private Limited. Today is a day of celebration, a day to mark a significant milestone in our journey. We stand before you, not just as hosts, but as a community that has thrived and grown, one webinar at a time. It is with immense pride and gratitude that we welcome you to the 150th webinar. Congratulations to Dr. Sundar Kataria and everyone present here. Today we have speakers from various sectors who shall talk about the benefits of MSME in the digital world. As a leader, you must envision the future, passionately believe that you can make a difference and inspire people to achieve more than they may ever have dreamed possible. This is none other than Dr. Sundar Kataria. He is a chairman and managing director at International Certification Services Private Limited. He is a mechanical engineer and doctorate into business management. 5 decades and 8 years services to the nation building. Construction of India's first nuclear power plant at Rawat Bata at Kota, he worked for 11 years. Working on India's first ONGC's oil and gas offshore project from inception of Mumbai High since 1977 and successfully completed number of fixed offshore platform installations and submarine pipeline for project management. He worked at Engineers India Limited into offshore oil and gas division for 5 years, worked with DNV for 17 years, responsible for offshore and industry division specialization in marine, offshore, pipeline refineries, petrochemical, underwater inspection, corrosion protection systems, quality assurance, quality control. He has achieved a Lifetime Achievement Award from NAIMS, also received national and international awards. Sir, I welcome you. Now I request Dr. Sundar Kataria to virtually inaugurate today's session.
कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
Please join for the Saraswati Vandana.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा.
Please welcome Dr. Kataria. I now request him to please say few words.
Good afternoon, friends, delegates, business associate, colleagues, and honorable speakers. We are delighted to welcome you all to this celebration of 150th successful episode of Satguru Sun. As you are aware, MSME contribution to the national building has been excellent, a big contributor to our GDP that will touch this year 7%. Their support to the corporate world is also great. Today, we have conclave exclusively for the MSME, covering the digital world that is very vital for them for adopting the modern management system and technologies on a digital platform so as to enhance their efficiency and effectiveness. Today, MSME have been using the digital platform right from marketing, purchases, inventory control, production control, quality control, and entire supply chain of the organization. There are 8 eminent speakers who are going to share their enriched experience and expertise on a digital world for MSME. You will find it interesting and very fruitful. We would like to thank to our valued speakers and delegates without whom we would not have been possible.
Thank you so much, sir. Every industry and every organization will have to transform itself in the next few years. What is coming us is bigger than the original internet, and you need to understand it. Go on board with it and figure out how to transform your business. Let me introduce our keynote speaker for today, Mr. Siddesh Joglekar. He's a CEO, Programming Hub, ex-Byju's. PGP, PGDCM for 2 years, MBA from IIM Calcutta. He has done B Engineering in Information Technology, VJTI, Mumbai. 15 years of marketing and product leadership experience, leading a profitable bootstrap AI first edtech based out of Mumbai, leading ATL offline marketing initiatives for Byju's. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sushma. And first of all, a warm congratulations to the entire community at Sapkunsa. And again, thank you for inviting me for this session. I consider it a great honor, and I hope that I'll make this next the time assigned to me fruitful for the entire community by talking about things that are very interesting yet things that get neglected in our day-to-day life. Digital training mechanisms for business. First of all, is training important in today's world? In a world where we are all mobile first, where we are all spending more than 6 to 7 hours per day on technology, sometimes we start thinking that, do you need training? Anything and everything that we want or need is available on platforms like Google, Facebook, YouTube, and you name it, and you might be having it. Well, is digital training mechanisms useful for business? That is my topic. Very interesting topic, and would love to spend the next 20 minutes having an interactive session, having a session where I hope I answer your doubts. About me already. Sushma has introduced me. Thank you for that. I'm leading an organization that is doing some work in this field. Our organization is called Programming Hub. Programming Hub is an AI-first mobile-based platform wherein we are teaching all the relevant key skills that are required at a beginner level from a professional life perspective. Right from all the key languages of programming like Python, C, C++, Java, to digital marketing, to meditation, to leadership, to design. All these kind of courses we have created, and today we have built a community that is global, that is more than 35 million strong, and our vision is to create high quality and affordable education for all. Yeah. So now that is done with, let's go ahead and discuss about different aspects of training. First of all, when it comes to digital training mechanisms, very important to look at why education is important, at least in the professional work environment. True education is one that liberates. Sa vidya ya vimuktaye is something that we have learned from our forefathers. In this digital age, educating our workforce is very, very important. What is happening around us is literally every 6 months, the way in which we conduct business, the way in which we talk to our customers, the way in which we introduce our products undergoes a sea change. Today, our products are getting digital literally every day. All of us, most of us certainly, would be having some amount of professional presence on WhatsApp, on email for sure, on platforms, and we use newer and newer digital first platforms like Zerodha, like YouTube, like Twitter, and so many other platforms on a daily basis. In this world, I feel, especially for a crowd like us, digital transformation is a necessity and not just a trend. We have to start thinking about, training also in that regard. For a lot of us, training only happens offline. Training only happens in school. Training only happens in a face-to-face conference room. Training only happens on the job. Yes, you are right. Training does happen that way. But now, in a world where we are distributed, where all of us might be having partners, associates, agencies, which are working from different cities, from different countries maybe, it is very, very important to also embrace digital as an alternate way of talking to each other. The best example of this fact that digital training and digital knowledge can be transmitted is Sadgun Sangh platform itself. At the end, we are talking about 150 such webinars conducted on a weekly basis with so many associates joining in from all over the world, right? And that is what education and training will go to in the future. Education that will liberate, education that will be not restricted to a geography, not restricted to an office, not restricted to only those people who have access to great people. That is the power of digital. And training is not necessarily only for employees. Training is also for customers. Training is also for partners. And I will be giving you relevant examples of these things as we go ahead. Let's go ahead then. One big question that all of us might be having is, why does digital training even make sense? Currently, India is not just one country. Bharat is not just one country. Many different things have been said about Bharat. Bharat is a concept. Bharat is a philosophy. Bharat is a culture. Bharat is a civilization. In fact, many people have called Bharat as a union of countries. It is probably a United States of Bharat, right? So many different languages, so many different cultures, so many different religions, so many different dialects, so many different ideologies, right? But the biggest power of Bharat is that there are more than 50 crore digital first internet users. Most of them are available, are using mobile and are using digital as we speak. In fact, some of us might be seeing the power of digital right now on the other screen of the India-Pakistan match. I'm seeing at more than 5 crore logins, which is a huge thing, right? Who would I imagine this kind of power of digital? But it is right there in front of us. Next is the fact that digital India is not just limited to content consumption or entertainment. Back in 2015, 2016, we used to think of internet as an entertainment device. However, the COVID pandemic has changed all that. In COVID pandemic, we had a situation where school students had no school, no physical school for 2 years, and yet their learning happened. In fact, some of the students also wrote their board exams in that period. But everything went along very, very well using the power of digital platforms. And that is where we have all started understanding how digital is playing a big role all around us. Today, we have big platforms like Aadhaar, big platforms like internet banking, perhaps the biggest digital payment platform like UPI. All of these have grown in India, and today many countries are trying to copy us. There are many countries that are sending their experts to study how UPI has grown, to study how Aadhaar has grown. And I can tell you that these platforms are going to be around, are going to grow in usage and in application as we speak. In fact, I would go one step further and say, had it not been for these digital platforms, it would have been very, very hard for us to do basic things like double vaccination for all of the country, for quick dissemination of government schemes. All of this digitally, this is what is happening, and there is no reason why us nimble-footed entrepreneurs from the MSME sector cannot take advantage of this. In this, by being tech savvy, what is going to happen is you are certainly going to save a lot of cost, and you are going to be accessible, making yourself accessible to a wider audience. One such example of how digital training can transform the image of an organization is our age-old organization, the RBI. I want to show you a 1-minute video of how RBI is educating its users, all of us, using the digital platform. I'm just playing that video right now.
Yeah. अभी तो टाइम पे चुकाना, जिस काम के लिए है लिया उसमें ही लगाना ईएमआई टाइम से है भरना जरूरी, अपने क्रेडिट हिस्ट्री को है बेहतर बनाना, और लोन किससे लेना है ये जानना जरूरी है, आरबीआई की नियमों को मानना जरूरी है, रजिस्टर्ड जो आरबीआई से बैंक्स और फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस है उनको पहचानना जरूरी है, जो बनता है शाना उसकी बातों में ना आना, सिस्टम बड़ा ही सरल है, फिर जोखिम की उठाना चिंता की और सबके हित की है, ध्यान तो लगाना जानकार है बनाना, कहता है आरबीआई कहता है।
We have all seen RBI's Jankar Baniye Satark Rahiye campaign. And isn't it a training campaign in itself? I certainly believe so. They have done something very, very unique by talking to people in the language that they understand. And they have communicated the message that they want through a digital medium. And today, this message is going literally to millions and millions of people through popular programs like Kaun Banega Crorepati. Now, what are the types of digital training mechanisms? There are many ways in which us entrepreneurs can embrace digital. You can start by simply using an online course platform like Udemy or Coursera. Give access to your employees. Tell them to learn from these platforms. Another simple way is by creating simple YouTube videos of around 2 to 3 minutes, wherein you yourself are talking. Many entrepreneurs are educating their partners, their employees, their customers by doing these kind of tactics, and they are working very, very well. The good part about all these platforms is these platforms have a diverse range of topics and global experts which come and contribute their knowledge on these platforms. And I think digital training mechanisms, by using these kind of platforms, would certainly help all our organizations. Next is a webinar or a virtual workshop like this one. Expose your employees, expose your partners, expose your agencies to these kind of workshops or webinars, wherein you're having a real-time interaction, wherein you're having a tailored content. Content can be related to sales, content can be related to talking to customers, content can be related to customer service, it can be related to marketing. But these kind of platforms make your teammates, make your employees, make your partners believe that they are part of a family, they are part of an organization, they are a part of the person who is running this business, rather than just being a brick in the wall, as I say. Another very interesting way in which digital training can be disseminated is by using platforms like Programming Hub. Convenient on-the-go learning. Many platforms are available wherein you can upload your videos, you can upload your training material, training documents, etc. And then consumers can very well use them to learn. Employees can leverage these platforms very, very well. And there are many such platforms that are available for different courses, be it marketing, be it sales, be it leadership, whatever training you want, it will be available on some or the other digital platform. And certainly Programming Hub can be your programming partner, programming training partner for anything related to technology, marketing, leadership, design, meditation, and many such things. Now, what are the benefits of this kind of a training? Certainly, all of us at the end of the day will think of training as a cost center. Is this cost center really becoming cost effective then? Certainly. With digital training, cost effective learning is the biggest advantage. A lot of places are there where great content by world-renowned experts is available at much affordable prices. Whichever course you might be looking for, whichever resources you might be looking for are available online. And so I can certainly help kickstart that journey on from a digital training perspective. Another reason why this is cost effective is that digital platform is much faster in distribution. Imagine a setup wherein you have presence in 3-4 locations in a state, maybe 3-4 locations in the country. Training your workforce in an offline way is A, expensive, and B, it is also time consuming. Using digital platform like a webinar that we are attending right now, might be a very good and cost effective way to disseminate information, to train your people on the latest technology, on the latest product. And I have seen many companies adopt to digital learning in a big way, as at least in the last 3 to 4 years. One such example of this is whenever a new car gets launched in big companies like Tata, Maruti, Hyundai, Toyota, Honda, and so on and so forth, the entire leadership team comes on a digital training platform and does a nationwide training, telling them what their product is all about, what their new launch is all about, what their pricing strategy is, how will they do servicing. All these things are talked about right directly by the country head, directly by the CEO on a digital training platform today. If large organizations can do this, why can't we? Certainly, we can also adopt to digital training. The second big benefit is flexibility in timing. Anyone and everyone, when it comes to digital learning, can store, can record, and can learn at their own pace. A lot of times when we are teaching, I also teach as many IIMs. Whenever I'm teaching, one of the biggest constraints is that nobody can revisit my session unless they have taken proper notes. But in digital, you can certainly do that. You can pause, you can rewind and play again at any time and anywhere to learn at your own pace. It is okay if you are a new person in an organization. It is okay if you are still training yourself. It's okay if you are still learning. Digital is a platform that can support all types of learners. Fast learners, slow learners, efficient learners, focused learners, everyone. And that is the beauty of digital training. The third reason of digital training mechanisms is that it can give you access to a global expertise. You can tap into international markets, tap into their strategies, and see what they are doing. One such example of this is, for a lot of us, marketing or manufacturing are things that we know have their core experts outside India. For example, in manufacturing, there are a lot of people from Europe or China or US which are considered to be globally renowned experts. Because of digital, we now have access to their global expertise right here on the comfort of your home. And that is also a benefit that we can give to our teams, to our partners, to our agencies, and whoever we want to. And that is the big advantage of digital training mechanisms. Now, what are the challenges faced? Well, the challenges faced would be a subset of whatever we do over here as a community, right? Internet connectivity issues are there. There are some digital literacy issues that, okay, how to use this tool, how to connect to things, how to find out whether internet is fast or not. Digital literacy issues are there. And then the biggest issue is finding credible resources. How do I identify whether a resource is authentic or misleading? Well, for all these challenges, there are very clear ways of teaching and overcoming them. So, for example, how to find credible resources? You should look at the review and rating. You should look at if there are more. You should look at and trust only those sources where there are more than 100 plus ratings and the rating is 4.5 or above. That would be my way of identifying authentic information. With respect to digital literacy and internet connectivity issues, you should create a simple compendium, simple learning guide for people, how to log on and everything. This can certainly solve the problems of your employees and partners. Moving ahead, how do I overcome the challenges then? How can I give our partners, our employees, our customers the best of both worlds? Well, in this, hybrid training is the way to go. Some of the things that can be that we want to teach face to face can be taught in a classroom model, in a face to face on OJT platform, on the job training kind of a mode. However, some training that is very important to be available whenever a person is on the field, whenever a customer is using our product, has to be available online. Another way to collaborate is by actually collaborating with a digital education platform. For example, just creating 2 to 3 5-minute based videos on YouTube on your own company channel might be a simple way to start for all of us when it comes to training mechanisms. And finally, remember that in India, only top 10, top 15% people are comfortable with English as a language, right? So we have to use vernacular language. We have to be talking in Hindi. हमें हिंदी में बात करनी है, हमें मराठी में बात करनी है. जिस भी लैंग्वेज में आपके एम्प्लॉइज है, उस भाषा में अगर आप बात करेंगे तो ही आपके जो ट्रेनिंग का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है वो आपके एम्प्लॉइज तक, आपके पार्टनर्स तक पहुंचेगा. Some question. Yes. So इसका फ्यूचर क्या है? So the future of training is that इसकी ट्रेनिंग में आज की घड़ी में अगर आप सिर्फ इंग्लिश और हिंदी में ट्रेनिंग कर रहे हैं तो एआई के साथ आगे जाके आप किसी भी भाषा में ट्रेनिंग कर सकते हैं. दैट इज द फ्यूचर ऑफ ट्रेनिंग. आई सी a lot of organizations training their people in a language that they understand because of AI. For example, in Programming Hub, today we have courses available only in English and Hindi. In future, we can make courses available in any language of the world because of the power of AI. Right? Machine learning say you can now understand where a particular customer or where a particular employee is stuck. Because once the employee or customer is stuck somewhere, you can directly take them to the relevant training video and teach them how to overcome their problem. This is going to be revolutionary in the field of customer service. Second thing is, in future there will be immersive learning experiences. Today we think of classroom learning by being physically present. With virtual reality, we can have classroom learning by being virtual as well. Who knows, maybe 5 years, 10 years down the line, as the problems with respect to connectivity get solved, virtual reality also might become the future of training. And finally, training can be personalized with the power of AI. We can identify people, what is their comfortable language, what is their aptitude, what is their pace of learning, what is their individual need of training. Based on that, training can be tweaked and personalized in future, and this will create personalized training experiences, learning experiences for all our employees, partners, and customers. And that is where I think future of training is going to be. And in this journey, certainly Programming Hub will take steps to empower all its customers to adopt and adapt in this new world. Yes, that is my time pretty much. And yeah, I can take questions if any.
So questions we'll take at the end. We would like to thank you for the information shared by you on digital training mechanisms for business and its benefits. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. You're welcome.
It's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to read the lesson of failure. Let me introduce our first speaker, Mr. Neil Ramesh. He is a corporate trainer and facilitator, executive program in business management from ITM, FTP in entrepreneurship, incubation and innovation, Six Sigma and Black Belt. Over 28 years of experience at middle and senior management levels, covering production planning, supply chain management, human resource management, and learning and development. Welcome you, sir. Over to you,
Thank you
sir.
so much. Namaskar. Thank you, Sushma ji, for that wonderful introduction. You oversaid a lot of things. Thank you so much. First of all, it's really a pleasure and privilege to be part of this wonderful platform and share So, first of all, it's really a privilege and pleasure to be part of this wonderful platform. And it's really so wonderful to be part of this 150th successful online episodes that is being conducted by Sat Gun Sang, which is a philanthropic initiative. And my heartfelt compliments and pranam to Dr. Sundar Kataria ji for this wonderful movement, what I will say that he has started reaching out for the welfare and development of MSMEs, and not only that, for all those who cherish learning. And as it is rightly said, where Siddesh ji said, learning the right education is something that opens doors and windows for all of us. So what a wonderful platform that we are connected today digitally. And once again, thank you for this opportunity. And it's really a pleasure to be part of this and to hear all the esteemed speakers on this platform. The topic that we are going to discuss today is an evergreen topic, right? It's a topic which everyone wants or aspires to be. It's a place that everyone wants to be, that is, be a leader, right? And leadership is something in today's world, I mean, and we have seen it being defined in so many ways. Leadership is being defined in so many ways, you know. Today, when we are in a digital era that Siddesh ji just shared with us, the need for digital training and education, leadership also needs to get into a transformation. We can describe training leadership into so many. We have heard and we are familiar with so much types of leadership, like servant leadership, which is very well known and seen and practiced in the Tata group of companies. Visionary leadership, situational leadership, then it's transformational leadership, then charismatic leadership, self leadership. But all these adjectives, if you just remove it away, and if we have to define simply leadership, let me just come to my presentation where I will just is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Just make it to good. Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
Perfect, sir.
Fine. So let's now look at leadership in the digital era. When we talk about leadership, we all know there are so many things when you attribute something to leadership. But then what is it that is different when we talk of digital era? Before that, let's just look at leadership in isolation as the word leadership goes, okay? Leadership, the definition of these in this pressing times. We all know today what is the period, what's the time that we are all going through. It's so demanding, it's so uncertain. We all know about VUCA, what is happening today, and all the more post-COVID, as Siddesh ji said, the things have still changed. It's not a luxury, or it's not just you know opt for that, but there is no option but to go digital in various things. But then in leadership also, you need to be adapting to what is it means to be a leader in this digital times. So let's talk about, when we look at the definition of leadership, something that just struck me, you know, if we look at it, leadership is not just about, you know, having a follower, or it's not about just, you know, leading people, or just even influencing people, to a direction. Leadership is something we call it as a phenomenon. Okay, it's a phenomenon that occurs when in one influences the direction people are going and unites them towards accomplishing a common goal. So it's a whole phenomenon. There are a lot of things that happen and that are connected and concerned when you talk about leadership. It's not only about followership or leading people towards it. It's the whole lot of a phenomenon. Let's look at some more wonderful definition that I just came across. How many of you would have heard this? This is from a very well-known book. An author says the leader is someone who makes something happen that wouldn't have happened otherwise. Is it not so? We see so many leaders today who have really made it, they have caused things to happen which have never would have happened otherwise. So they are real creators. They are creators in their own world. They create whole sort of opportunities. They create whole sort of innovativeness. There's so many things that happen when you talk about a leader. So just coming to the aspect when we really talk about redefining leadership for a digital era, that's what we are going to talk today or understand today. Leadership is a huge and a big and a wide topic, but let's just constrain within this paucity of time to understand what are something very crucial and critical for a digital era. When we are talking, what does leadership mean? We all know today that navigating through this digital transformation is not at all an easy path for today, where, disruption is the word. Today, everything is on the lines of disruptive. You need to go outside the regular routine things because things are not the way that it happens normally or naturally. Things are always in a manner where it comes without asking. COVID was a big example and a shock and everything. Those who could adapt to this disruption and take it in their stride grew up. And in fact, to many, although yes, it will not be right if I say it did quite a bit of damage, but there are many whom this disruption gave a new way to evolve and to grow and to not only survive, but to grow and diversify, innovate, and so many things. So as it is said, okay, necessity is the mother of invention. So disruption is also something, a necessity aspect today. If you have to get something new without disrupting, without putting down something, you cannot make something new. So this leadership, what we are talking is a path where disruption is the key that unlocks unfathomable possibilities, innumerable possibilities. We all know about this word VUCA, right? But today what it is, I will add this two more alphabets to it, which will connect. The world of economy and business has already moved from being VUCA, which we all know what it means is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous, to something I've added two more, which is called VUCAD with the double D, that means digitally disrupted as well. So that is where we stand today. Things are disrupted digitally. Now, in a digital transformation situation, it's like digital transformation is pushing this economy towards this particular environment of VUCAD. So digitally disrupted is where we stand. In spite of all these things that we have today, there is something that calls for a leader to be different in a digital era. All that, those things that worked before will not work now and will not take us to future. It's not even about technology. Let us understand as we go further. It's not only technology, it's much beyond that. So this has led to the metamorphosis of economy and business organization, traditionally structured workplaces to a high-end, technologically driven and advanced economies. The new potential of artificial intelligence and advanced robotics, pose the challenges for today's leaders as they seek to reset their strategies for a digital age. So this is what it is. The whole thing needs to be relooked at. and it is to be seen from the current perspective when nothing is certain. Everything is not only ambiguous, it's complex, but also it gets digitally disrupted because there are so many challenges thrown up in today's world. Now, if you see here, what I want to put forth is it's all about whatever change. If you have to go or travel in any state where you have to change, it has to happen here in the mind. So it's all about a mindset change that we are talking here today. So when we are talking about mindset change, as a result of business economy moving towards being more and more digitalized, the fundamental shift in leadership mindset and behaviors is crucial. So finally, it's all about changing the way we think, the way we take decisions, the way we behave. It's all about that. So where things have to change is this is where it has to start. Some few words which are there, which today are very prevalent, we need to understand is the word agile and flexible. These are two non-doables in the sense we cannot do away with it. If we have to be successful as a leader in today's digital era, agility and flexibility is something that is the two magic words. So agile and flexible in adopting what? New technologies and changes in the digital sphere. Now, this is easy said than done because for years and years, a leader who is conventional has, been evolved and he has grown up in a school of thought where things happen in a very conventional manner. But today, when you see digital disruptions having, you need to be agile and flexible in adopting new technological changes in the digital sphere. Open in incorporating these changes in making business decisions. Develop, create, and foster radical innovation, creativity, and experimentation over data-based research. Now, it's all about experimenting, trying new things out. This also means taking risk, calculated risk, and risk of what's unknown. It is not only about a person as a leader taking it, but also encouraging the whole flock to go for it. He has to behave like a shepherd for the flock, where the flock is allowed to become radical, innovative, creative, and experiment. It's no longer bounded in the what you call the framework of a system where you are totally system bound. And to ensure continuous creativity, leadership strategies would need to be more short term. Today, we were seen that today planning has changed its whole perspective. It's no longer 5 year and 3 year and 2 year. Now it has cut down because of the dynamics of the environment. It has come down to short term and emergent than deliberate and long term. So today, everything has to be on the timelines and clocks. It has to be at a speed, it has to be flexible, it has to be agile. Let me share with you a wonderful diagrammatic representation of what an agile leadership is all about. You could see here at the outermost, there are 4 basic characteristics that is evergreen and that needs to be there for any leader to be successful, be it in digital age or any age. The first and foremost is to be humble. And this humility is something very, very essential because humbleness is what keeps you grounded. And humbleness touches base with the reality and humbleness with all these stakeholders, be it customers or be it anywhere. Because the mindset that has to be there is a serving mindset, that a leader is a leader because he is enabling people, he empowers people, he or she. Okay. So that service mindset or humbleness to receive, to accept is very much required. Then the next one is adaptable. Needless to say, one needs to adapt with the changing situations. Adaptability is again something easy said than done, because adaptable means you have to move into uncomfortable situations and zones, and change is always uncomfortable. So a leader for today's time, that is digital era, has to wear the coat of being adaptable. That is accepting changes and change one's own approach and style, and every aspect of it, how he deals with the situation has to be adaptable. Then, of course, to be engaged. That engagement word today has a very deeper meaning. Engagement means he has to be, or she has to be, the leader has to be totally integrated. One cannot remain superficial. A leader has to touch base with each and every one. It cannot be living in an ivory tower or living somewhere exclusively that I am a leader. He needs, or she needs, to be totally engaged, integrated with the entire business he or she is running. So it has to be a total, what you call, integrated way of being, way of operation, way of connecting, way of interaction. Everything needs to be. And it is both ways. Things have to flow from people to him or her, or from people or employees to the leader, and from the leader to the employees. And it has to be very closely integrated. And last but not the least is, of course, for a leader, it is evergreen. It has to be a visionary, has to be a person with Durdarshi, has to be a person who thinks beyond his times. That means envisage what's going to come and what's going to happen. So visionary mindset is very critical. Now, within this, if you see here, there are certain qualities that are there, which I'll explain each of this as we move on. I will just read out here. It's hyper awareness. We will see what it means. I would like to explain it to you nicely. Informed decision making and fast execution. So today it's a time not of survival, but it is also a time where you have to be fastest. Execution. That doesn't mean you should not think about certain things, no planning, but it has to be clock speed. One cannot wait back. One has to do parallel things happening. It's like, as you say, when you're racing when you're running the car, you need to change the tires, as they say. So that's what it means. Today, you have to create a system where you can do things parallelly. You don't have to stop one to do something. So it's fast execution. And then certain red, what you call, spaces are there where you will see these are certain warnings that come: slow driving warning, careless driving warning, and wrong direction. It's all about driving a vehicle, because you're driving the organizational vehicle. So let's see what does it mean. I would like to explain it to you all, just so that we reinforce on what we just discussed. So humble enough that you are able to accept feedback and acknowledge that others know more than what you do. So you also need to acknowledge that it's only not you that you know everything. It has to be both sides, that what I said. So you need to know that others know more than they do. So it's not what you estimate about them. There is far more potential. You need to leverage the potential of your people. You need to give them that space. Adaptable, as we said, accept that change is constant, and changing one's mindset based on the new information is a strength rather than a weakness. Visionary, of course, one has to have a clear sense of long-term direction, even in the face of short-term uncertainty. And being engaged is what means to draw closer and get totally integrated, willingness to listen, to interact, to communicate with internal and external stakeholders, combined with a strong sense of interest and curiosity in emerging trends. Then you have that one which is internal, that is hyper awareness. Now, this is something that you need to have your antenna constantly scanning the internal, external environment. Needless to say, today business environment is so dynamic. Technologies are changing, rules, regulations, even the natural things, everything. Society is changing everything, and it is offering you opportunities and threats. So as a visionary leader and as a digital leader, you need to have a constant scanning of your external as well as internal environments to catch up all those signals which could cause disruption or which could impact your business. Then making informed decisions. All that data and information is available, that's a plenty. but one should be able to analyze those data, and based on those facts and figures, it's not based on assumptions. One needs to make evidence-based decisions. And of course, needless to say, executing at clock speed. And it has to move quickly, valuing the speed over perfection. See, this could sound as an irony, because in seeking total perfection, you could be paralyzed, you could be stuck in your moving ahead. So it has to be balanced with the speed whilst you seek excellence. So this is something that needs to be understood. This is a wonderful thing which I will just leave it to you all to just look at it in a very beautiful T form, which is being proposed for any leader in this digital era. One has to have at the top level, if you see, customer centricity, systems thinking, disruptive thinking, psychological safety, and empathy. Empathy is something very, very required. Then adaptive, communicative, and storytelling. Okay, so these are some traits of the leader that needs to be there. And how does it support? From below, from within, these are some competencies and qualities, that is growth mindset, digital intuition. As Siddesh ji said, one has to have that digital mindset and the digital intuition, adapt and use all that is available to get connected and not be restricted because of physical constraints. Continuous experimentation, performance management, team capability building. And at the base, you will see data informed decision making, innovation, and all this, where it holds that T is that pillar, that's the area of one's expertise. So today it's a time where you have to know, you don't have to be a specialist when you are a digital, you're a leader. You need to know everything what is relevant with respect to your business. So you have your own area of expertise, and you have your own area of experience and expertise, which will of course be very useful when you hold on to this T. So this is what I would just like to leave each one of y'all at this point before I conclude. Now, the point is there are so many digital leaders that are there. If you look out, I would just make a statement that leaders in the digital age will not be born, but they will be made. Yeah, that is what it is. There are many digital leaders who have really brought about digital transformation in India and outside. If you see, even a lot of Indians like Satya Nadella, who is the CEO of Microsoft, he is one of those digital leaders who have made significant contributions and impact. There are many more who have done and made a lot of impact, creating a wave. Now, the main necessary for MSMEs, as we are looking forward to the growth and development of MSMEs should break open out of their silos and their constrained thinking. So digital transformation and digital leadership is not for big corporates alone, but for all MSMEs, because MSMEs are the strength for the country, which will take its economy to a great level. If India wants to be economic leader, then the MSMEs need to be strengthened, and every MSME owner or entrepreneur needs to be a digitally transformed leader. So with that, I would just like to close with these two wonderful quotes that I would like to say. There is no alternative to digital transformation. Visionary companies will carve out new strategic options for themselves. Those that don't adapt will fail. And the critical path for digital transformation is digital leadership and culture, and it's not only technology. So with that, I conclude and thank you so much for this time and opportunity.
We would like to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and sharing on redefining leadership for a digital era. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
I see technology as a means to empower and as a tool that bridges the distance between hope and opportunity. Social media is reducing social barriers. It connects people on the strength of human values, not identities. Let us move ahead with the next speaker, Ms. Shalu Ramnani. She is a corporate trainer and life coach. has done Master in Personal Management from Pune University, Bachelor of Commerce, over 7 years of teaching experience in corporate and colleges as freelancer, worked as an executive body member of MUCC College alumni. Welcome you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, Sushma. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello and a warm welcome to everyone. So today we will see and we are going to speak about uses of multimedia. Sushma, I think I'm sounding twice.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, there is an echo in your voice. If your other instrument, you can just reduce the volume of your other instrument. I think it will go away.
Okay.
So one of your speakers, you keep volume 0. Yes, ma'am.
I'm good to go. Again, it's the same.
Ma'am, you are logged in from 2 devices. On your other device, in the speaker volume, keep that speaker as off. Mute that speaker. Any
Okay.
one. So then it will get okay. You're muted on this device, ma'am. Unmute yourself. I think we are good to go. Yeah.
Now is it okay? No, again, it's...
I still see you on 2 devices, ma'am. Shall I log you out from the other device? I think then it should be fine.
Please.
1 second. I'll put you in waiting room there.
Yeah. I'm good to go.
Ma'am, I'll remove you from the other device. Just give me a second. I'll just exit you from that other device.
Sorry for the inconvenience caused.
One second, ma'am. I think I should be able to do that now. Just give me a second. Yeah, please go ahead, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. I think
1 second, ma'am. 1 second, ma'am.
you want me to log in again?
1 second, ma'am.
Sure.
Please go ahead now. I think we should be good.
Good afternoon and a warm welcome to you all. And thank
Perfect.
you for giving this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, Sushma, for giving a brief introduction about me. And thank you, Dr. Sundar Kataria, for giving me this onboard opportunity to conduct session on uses of multimedia. So now if I ask the audience, we know multimedia is all about, YouTube is there, Instagram is there, OTT platforms are there. There are different forms of multimedia, but our content as a trainer has to be more important. It can be for trainer, it can be for a teacher in a classroom, it can be a fashion designer. If someone is into interior also, so he or she needs to be perfection in her drawings, perfection where the things are there. So multimedia becomes an important role for each one of us. Now we have seen when during pandemic time, we have started using the different types of softwares or applications where we have conducted Zoom meetings, where we have conducted Microsoft Teams meetings, where we have connected through Google also. We created set of Google forms and we were able to distribute to more of them. And through that, we came to know the feedback also, which is more important. So yes, today we will see what are the uses of multimedia. So these are the contents. I hope my screen is visible to you all.
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll see what is the introduction, history, categorization, characteristics, types, features, multimedia at present, future, advantages, disadvantages, uses, and conclusion. So yes, introduction of multimedia. So if I ask the audience, what you mean by multimedia? As I described, a lot of people may tell me ki it's a YouTube. Through YouTube, you can see different set of graphics are there. The audio, the visual effects are there. But over here, we will see in brief what is multimedia. Now, multi plus media. Multi is many or more than one. Media is a medium of communication. Communication is a biggest thing. The language is not a barrier, but communication, how you communicate, how you present your skills, how are the presentation things is being created through animated, through graphics, through sound, through visual effects. So we are going to see it ahead. Multimedia is a media and content that uses a combination of different content forms. The term is used in contrast to media, which only use traditional forms of printed or hand-produced material. Now, for a teacher teaching a student, we have seen during pandemic, they have started using through Zoom platforms or through Microsoft Teams. Even during pandemic, when I was working with Infosys, whatever the meetings used to conduct, it used to conduct through online only. But online medium was a medium to communication. Now we do have different set of people, those who are working in UK, US. So again, for them, it's a challenging for us to connect with them through different mediums. That is, again, Teams and Zoom or Google also. So we will see in contrast what exactly we are going to mean about it. So multimedia includes a combination of text, audio, still images, animation, video, interactive contents and forms. So for a trainer, as an example, now if I'm conducting any sort of a session, my presentation has to be more effective. My presentation skills have to be more interactive so that, if a person wants to connect with me, at least he will visualize certain effects. So at least with the help of certain contents, certain sort of audio and visualization effects or the animated videos also, it is more important for me, to create a wonderful platform, and a trainer makes and understand what the users are, how they are going to create it. Now, even if I go to AI is nothing but artificial intelligence. Most of them we are using for the content, it's chat GPT. So chat GPT has also given a boost to this generation, to most of them. Most of them, they think in this way, it's a time consuming thing. But it is. But sometimes I feel so our brain stops working if we continuously use this chat GPT. Because for me as a trainer, my content is more important. I will not research. I will just go through with chat GPT and my things have become more easier. But again, if I want to research, if I want to create certain set of live examples, of course, chat GPT will give me, but my research is also important as a trainer. Moving on to next, history of multimedia. The term multimedia was first used by Bob Goldstein in July 1996 to promote opening of his light works. So he initiated and he promoted opened the light works basically through multimedia. Now, in 1970s, the term was used to describe presentations consisting of multi-projector slideshows timed to an audio track. Now, if you go to any parties, if you have a birthday parties, being an MC anchor, I have created, small clippings for the toddler. So if a toddler is 2 years, 3 years, birthday events are there. So for that also projector is required. And I have started using the Canva app. Through Canva templates, I've started using it. And, it gives an immense pleasure to the audience also when they watch that clippings for the toddlers. So when I anchor certain shows, I did my creativity into it. I created a small video for them, and they're like, the customer becomes delightful for me, and my work is done. So this all also gives an the feedback from the client. Yes, you have done a wonderful job, Shalu. So yes, I believe like multi-projector slideshows are also important. In 1990s, multimedia took on its current meaning. Next is Steve Wangan declared multimedia as combination of text, graphic, art, sound, animation, and video that is delivered by computer. So this was the history of multimedia. Moving on to, okay, this is a continuation. In common usage, the term multimedia refers to an electronically delivered combination of media, including video, still images, audio, text, in such a way that can be accessed interactively. Computers marked in 1990s were referred to as multimedia computers because they contained a CD-ROM drive. Now, a lot of people, they know ROM and a RAM drive, basically. So again, it's a computer where, in CPU, all these things are stored. So I'll move to next. Categorization. Now, multimedia is, it's differentiated with two things. One is linear and second is non-linear. In linear, active content progresses without any navigational control for the viewer. In linear active, it's starting from the scratch, beginner, middle, and the end point is there. And it is mentioned in the chronological order. But in non-linear multimedia, it is the same steps are there, beginner, middle, and the end, but it is not mentioned in the chronological order. So yes, linear multimedia, it's like cinema presentation is an example of linear multimedia. Hypermedia is the example of non-linear multimedia. Now, if I ask the audience, have you ever thought what your OTT, your YouTube, your Instagram platforms are? You will consider them as a non-linear or you will consider them as a linear multimedia? Anyone? Sushma ma'am, if you can answer this. Okay, so TV is called a linear because content follows the predetermined programming that is designed to be present in a sequential manner. And non-linear, it's like, you have YouTube have been increasing popular. In this scenario, the users deciding what, where, when to consume the content. So the OTT platforms, as I told you, Instagram, OTT platforms are available. So these are non-linear multimedia. So as I gave you the example, now TV, for me, TV, initial days when we were in 1990s, I think 1969, when this TV was introduced. So TV becomes a linear multimedia because it has all chronological sequence and it's in a chronological order. But if you check OTT, YouTube, when you also add on YouTube channel, if you want to play anything, Sadhguru's video. So it's like, on a YouTube, you can on it. Instagram, again, it's a beautiful usage of multimedia. But again, advantages and disadvantages are there. So we have to see it ahead. Moving on to next, there are certain characteristics. Multimedia presentations can be viewed in person, on stage, projected, transmitted, or played locally with a media player. Broadcast and recordings can be either analog or digital electronic media technology. The various formats of technological or digital multimedia may be intended to enhance the user's experience. Online multimedia is increasingly becoming object-oriented and data-driven, enabling applications with collaborative end user innovations and personalization on multiple forms of content over time. Now, if I give you an example over here, multimedia contents helps to vary and enhance the learning process and leads to better knowledge retention. This is for all the students. Okay. Students can learn from course content made available through video. Now, if any student have missed their lectures, so there has to be some pre-recording sessions through multimedia. So once they read it, once they go through with that session, they will not feel like we have missed any sessions. Now, watching PowerPoint presentations is also important for students. It is going to help them, if in case they have missed any session again, with the help of pre-recordings or with the help of PowerPoint presentations, they will come to know what we have to do. And why do we use multimedia? Now, providers, it's an interaction between users and digital information. Also, multimedia is an important part in AI, that is artificial intelligence, provides powerful tools for analyzing, understanding, and predicting fashion. Now, if a fashion designer wants to initiate something, so he or she will come up with new things. As I told you, he will analyze the data, he will understand, and he will predict the fashion era. 6 uses of interactive multimedia. It's like education, gaming, advertising, healthcare, architect, news, e-commerce. So all these 6 are the uses of interactive multimedia, which is again very important. Now, if a person has to educate with the help of visual effects, with the help of sound effects, with the help of images, with the help of content, for me, content becomes an important role. The way I speak, the way I present, the way my slides are there, everything is important for me. Over here, we will see what are the types of multimedia. Multimedia formats include audio, capture on tape, function of photography, sideshows. Now, if I want to have an event or a big event, basically, of course, if I want to launch a new product also, all these features have to be there. Audio effects, very important. Capture on a tape, what all things I'm going to capture in my new product brand, whatever I'm utilizing. Functions of photography, the photography had to be, it's like high standard quality photographs, or it's like very low standard photographs, very important for me. And sideshows, it's like very important. All the graphics is being used on that sideshows. Animated pics will be there on that sideshows. Each and every content matters for me if I'm launching a new product in the market. The following extensions commonly used to lay up multimedia documentation. It's MOV, MP4. Now, again, these are different, languages. MP4, it's like your audio visual effects. 3GP is nothing but, I'll tell you what is 3GP over here. 3GP is a video file format supported in enabled devices, basically. So again, your CDMA phones, your Android user phones are also connected with these 3GP things. And MOE is nothing but metal oxide varistor. Again, this is used on your Android phones or the audio when it is captured. So all these things are, these are set of devices, and these are beneficial in a sequential way. So they are mixed in a chronological order, basically. Files with augmentation MOV are used to lay up capture on film and song in order. MP4 is fundamentally identical to MOV format, and loan differs by provided that roughly added metadata. MP4 put on record augmentation is supported by multiple applications with Apple iTunes, Xbox 360. Again, these are certain set of characteristics where, the multimedia functions being created and you can utilize it. MPEG is an alignment of compressions methods designed for audio and visual data. 3GP on PC may perhaps be viewed VLC media player. Whenever you book a computer, so this device you must have got with you. One sound predictor, very small one, which is used as a VLC media player or a real player tracker. Now, if you go with Bluetooth speakers also, you get this connectivity with them. File extensions, its video object is commonly locate such documents in DVD video media. File extension FLV is used to deposit micromedia flash player collection. It can assign vector graphics, PIL, video cassette, audio, and text. Now we'll see features of multimedia. Again, it's text, audio, pictures, video, animation, interactivity, sorry. Text is the most widely used and flexible means of presenting information on screen and conveying ideas. Text is an essential aspect of presenting the information. Like each element of the multimedia design, effective use of text can either direct users, readers' attention or divert it. Now, if you have seen during pandemic times, you have seen the visual effects of corona. Now again, it was a virus, how very well it was used in a green and color basically. And you have seen it, the visual effects were very highly predicted in a different way on the TV screen, on a YouTube, in everywhere. And people were having that much curiosity, like when this is going to end. Or they were going to ask like when the second stage, it is going to be there. Now audio refers to sound. Multimedia can include files which contain sound. Audio songs also come under the healing multimedia. Multimedia presentations often have some audio tracks, which makes it easier for people to understand. Multimedia phones have music players to run audio music. Various audio software include VLC media player, Real Player, etc. Now, audio effects are very much important. You see, whenever we use a sound system also, whenever, suppose if you are meditating, your sound, the audio sound should be so visual, I mean, so intense, so that, you just get mesmerized into it. So the audio system has to be very effective. It should be, it refers to the sound, of course. And, whenever you are meditating in a room with the help of some sound, silent sound or a soothing sound, it helps you. Moving on to next, it's pictures, images. As I told you, it's a 2-dimension screen display and as well as 3 dimensions such as a statue or a hologram. Graphics, pie charts, painting, etc. all come under images. Images are a very useful feature of multimedia. Multimedia presentation uses pictures or a clip art to make people understand. Various file formats of images are JPG, PNG, GIF, and etc. Okay, so in this, I will ask all the users over here, please start using Canva app. If you want to create any template presentations also, you will be very helpful with those templates. So it can be a presentation skills, it can be any birthday events, it can be any anniversary things. This is going to help you a lot. A video is unedited material as it had been originally filmed by movie camera or recorded by a video camera. The embedding of video is multimedia applications is powerful way to convey information which can incorporate a personal element which other media lack. Video enhances, dramatizes, and gives impact to your multimedia application. The advantage of integrating video into a multimedia presentation is the capacity to effectively convey a great deal of information the least amount of time. Okay, if you're using Canva app, so start using it. It's a very, you will pick a lot of things immediately and it's a time effective. It will not consume much of your time, but it's a time effective tool. Animation. Now again, you all know how the animated things have been created. You can check from Google, you can take from Canva, you can take from any platform. Interactivity can be termed as the dialogue that occurs between an individual and a computer program. Interactive multimedia refers to the multimedia application that allows users to actively participate rather than being passive recipients of information. Technologies such as DVDs, digital TV are classic examples of interactive media devices where a user can control what they watch and when. Now, if you want to add anything on Instagram, so reels are there. Okay. On Instagram, if you want to come on live Instagram, okay, you can connect with multiple people through Instagram live. What you are doing, what are your upcoming events, what all things are there in your mind. Now, if I want to end this session, I'll give you only one tip over here. Let me just complete this PPT. Let me just conclude with certain things. I have only 5 minutes left. Interactivity also relates to new media art technologies where humans and animals are able to interact with and change the course of an artwork. Multimedia today Its related applications have almost become synonyms with modern technology, given the kind of explosion the technological realm has seen. Multimedia makes our life easier several times fold. It is through multimedia that mobile phones can be used for a number of purposes. Now, if I want to configure certain things on my Android phones, but if I want to have a high standard mobile phone, that is iPhone. Now, if I want to, compare with these phones, of course, I will, if I want to have that standard of high living, so I will use that Apple iPhone. But again, for me, Samsung is also the best. If you have high quality things are also there. But sometimes, with Apple iPhones, some data you won't be able to transfer. And it is, again, for me as a friend, I believe your mobile phone should be a friendly user with you, whatever you do. If you want to research also immediately, you can do it. If you want to add certain things on your LinkedIn, on your Instagram, you can easily do it. So with the introduction of newer generation of mobile phones and more advanced communication protocols, the number of multimedia uses that your phone can be put to keeps growing. Video conferencing, which enables people across global borders to communicate with each other in real time, is an excellent example of how multimedia has benefited the world of communications and telephony. Now, if I ask you if you want to connect with UK or a US clients also, it is very easy because through your mobile phones, you can easily connect with them. WhatsApp calling is there. Audio and a video calling is also there. It is very easy to connect with them. Again, if I want to connect anyone to any Dubai client is there. So one app is there, when Biotin app is there, you can easily connect with them through that application. And it can be done video conferencing also. Future of multimedia, yes, the technology of multimedia designs utilizes various features like animation, video, graphics, audio, sound to impress your users. Multimedia technology is used for 3D cinema applications and mobile 3D TV environments. Now, if I ask you Netflix, most of us are using it. And again, it's a non-linear multimedia. Why? Because it is not chronological order, first of all. Yes, it starts with beginner, it has middle points, it has its end point as well, but it's not in a chronological order. That's why it's a non-linear multimedia. Now, if I ask the audience today, if I want to conclude also, during pandemic itself, people were having only one business in a particular time. But slowly and gradually, we thought we should, if our A plan fails, we can do it with a B plan with the help of multimedia. So passive income, if I ask anyone, what do you mean by passive income? Now, passive income for me is whatever things I'm doing it for my own passion. But again, if my hobby is I'm a working profession. If I'm a working profession, if I want to do something with the help of multimedia, if I want to create my own YouTube channel, or if I can become a content writer also, I can become a blogger also. So with the help of these multimedia platforms, whether Instagram is there, whether YouTube, you can create your own YouTube channel with the help of your own content, with the help of AI. Yes, why not? You can do it. This is going to help you to create your own business. So this becomes a passive income for me through multimedia, which is very much important. So you can add on all these things where features are connected, animations will be there, your video graphics will be there, your audio, your sound, to impress the users. So multimedia technology is used for 3D cinema applications and mobile. As I have told you earlier, animation is also being used in titling films, creating special effects, or in web entertainment programs. The scope of animation is huge in contrast to market. In the field of education, multimedia is being used extensively, especially for online courses and trainings. Multimedia is also used in advertising purposes. Now, if I give you an example over here, if I want to give certain accesses to my audience or to my viewers, but there is certain rights with me, everyone may not be able to access it. So there are certain rights. If once they pay, they will give that. I will give them rights to, yes, you can access certain things from my multimedia channel or through YouTube. Now in YouTube, why it is said that for before reading this, before going through this PPT, you have to subscribe it. Why they ask you to do that? But the subscription, once you become a subscriber to that client, he will get some benefits. He will get some commercials on it. So which is very important for me as a trainer. If I'm dealing in something, I will see what all rights I have to give to my all users. So yes, I believe I am talking to 118 participants over here. You can think for your passive income through multimedia. This is my idea to convey, to conclude this session. Whatever things you all are doing it, try to see. I know everyone is unique in this world. Lot of hidden talents are there with us. We just have to, upskill ourselves. We have to just upgrade our certain skills, so that if I want to become a content trainer also, I have to just upgrade certain things in me. If I start writing something, if I start creating my own thoughts with the help of creating some own thoughts, I will write something. Suppose my book is going to launch by next year, February, and the book name will be Law of Attraction and Visualization. As a speaker, when I can do it, I believe rest others can also do it. So thank you from my end. I'm going to conclude this. We saw that what was the uses of multimedia and how passive income towards multimedia can be most effective tool for each one of us. Thank you, Sushma ma'am, for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am, for enlightening on your speech about multimedia formats, features, advantages of multimedia. Thank you so much. When digital transformation is done right, it's like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. But when done wrong, all you have is a really fast caterpillar. Let us move ahead with the next speaker, Mr. Pankaj Dara. He is a chartered accountant, done BCom, diploma in information system audit, management system consultancy, experience in income tax, planning arrangement for wealth, MSME. Welcome you, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I guess my video is not started. Start my video. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Thank you very much for inviting. Already I have given you a lot of thanks. I'll just add on what they have given, only +1 from my side. It's a great job done by ICS. Now, मैडम मुझे एक आश्चर्य हो रहा है कि इंडिया पाकिस्तान मैच के दिन आपने इतना बड़ा प्रोग्राम रखा है और उसमें भी इतने अच्छे पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं. तो आई थैंक ऑल द पार्टिसिपेंट्स फॉर गिविंग देयर वैल्यूएबल टाइम एंड अभी स्कोर भी अच्छा हुआ है. इंडिया इज ऑन अ वेरी गुड फ्रंट, सो आवर सेशंस आर आल्सो गोइंग इन अ वेरी वेरी बिग फ्रंट. हम लोगों को हमेशा ये लगता है कि हम लोग जब लेक्चर देते हैं या अटेंडेंस करते हैं तो कुछ मसालेदार होना चाहिए, अच्छा होना चाहिए. थ्योरेटिकल तो सबको पता है, एवरीबॉडी इज मास्टर इन थ्योरी. सो that is what I always believe that कि we should be always content ready. Next Vaibhav, देखो क्या होता है कि all know that MSME is a concept which all needs to know. Digital बहुत पढ़ा दिया आपको, artificial intelligence है, मेरे आगे भी बहुत अच्छे स्पीकर हैं, मेरे पीछे भी बहुत अच्छे स्पीकर्स हैं. I just try to gain some thoughts, एक प्रोसेस करते हैं. Now this we are on an age of becoming the third largest economy, that is rightly claimed by our honorable prime minister. Now we are on the fifth economy. देखिए जब हम fifth world की largest economy है, तो we should understand that bigger sector and smaller sector, that is MSME, will contribute almost 60% of moving economy from fifth to third. अगर हमें third पायदान से 3 ट्रिलियन से 5 ट्रिलियन पे जाना है, तो MSME will be the major impacting. तो now the G20 meeting भी हुआ था दिल्ली में. The major scope was given on 2 fronts only in that G20 also. That was first was digitalization and second was rural part of India on rural artist. जैसे ही वो G20 खत्म हुआ, immediately प्रधानमंत्री जी ने 3 लाख रुपए का immediate loan अनाउंस किया 5% for artist. Similarly, the major focus on G20 in the meeting was digitalization, that is UPI payments and all, because बहुत सारी कंट्रीज में अभी भी जर्मनी, रशिया इस तरफ UPI पेमेंट नहीं होते, and India is the leader in that. Now, what is this concept linked to MSME? So realizing the potential that जो एक छोटा व्यापारी होता है जिसका साल का 5 लाख व्यापार होता है, 10 लाख व्यापार होता है, 50 लाख व्यापार होता है, 1 करोड़, कितना डिजिटल पे खर्चा कर पाएगा? बहुत अच्छा है, डिजिटल जाओ, लेकिन वो क्या करे? परचेस पे ध्यान दे, सेल पे ध्यान दे, मार्केटिंग पे ध्यान दे, पेमेंट्स पर ध्यान दे, कहां ध्यान दे? A single person cannot handle all the transactions. So that's why around in 2017, around in 2017, I'll try to share my screen and show from my side.
Yes, okay, sir.
I'll share from my side. तो हुआ क्या कि we all are fighting for getting the good share of business which are done by bigger enterprises. जो बड़े बिजनेस किए जा रहे हैं, जैसे टाटा मोटर्स है, मारुति है, या FMCG में प्रॉक्टर एंड गैम्बल है, जितने भी टूथपेस्ट बेचे जा रहे हैं, तो वो कैसे डाइवर्ट होगा बिजनेस स्मॉल सेक्टर पर? दैट इज द मेन थ्रस्ट फॉर डेवलपमेंट. वो लोग तो बिजनेस कर ही रहे हैं, हर जगह जा रहे हैं, कर रहे हैं, that will happen, but how the small sector will compete with that a bigger sector is a very challenging work. That was thought by very well, and इसीलिए इंडिया में जो स्टार्टअप पॉलिसी लॉन्च हुई, that was launched on 1st January 2016, स्टार्टअप को बहुत स्कोप दिया गया, that will be a engine to it. लेकिन स्टार्टअप बेसिकली will be linked to a MSME. तो जब तक we are not able to link it with the MSME, we are not going to get the benefit of it. हम लोग कुछ नहीं कर पाएंगे उसको. Some requirements, yes. हाँ. So जब तक ये होगा नहीं, it's very difficult. That was recognized by the government of India. So जब से government ने initiative लिया है 2017 से, the more focus, the more word is told about small sector से अभी MSME कहा जाता है. MSME consists 3 word, MSM, medium small enterprises. So you have to understand this कि कैसे होगा, क्या होगा, किस प्रकार होगा, how to get the share out of it. पहले क्या था, बिजनेस में कॉम्पीट हो रहा था कि बड़े सेक्टर का बिजनेस MSME कर रहा है, तो दोनों में कंपटीशन हो रहा था. नाउ व्हाट द प्राइम मिनिस्टर आइडिया हैज दैट वी शुड नॉट कॉम्पीट, बट वी शुड बी कॉम्प्लीमेंटरी टू ईच अदर. जो बड़ा सेक्टर कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहा है इकोनॉमी को, वो जो नीचे से बनवा लेगा, दैट इज फ्रॉम सब सेक्टर, ही विल बी गेटिंग मैन्युफैक्चर्ड, सो वो उसको ग्रोथ इंजन को पार देगा, एंड ऑटोमेटिकली MSME विल बी हैविंग अ बिगर पाई ऑफ इट. तो इस तरीके से इफ यू स्टडी द अक्रॉस ग्लोब MSME, like Paris is known for its footwear, right? It's known for their footwear. If you go to Germany, they is known for their automobiles, right? When you go to Europe, Switzerland, they are known for their chocolates. तो ये होता क्या है कि हर कंट्री को कुछ ना कुछ स्पेसिफिक प्रोडक्ट हो कि जिसकी वजह से वो ऊपर आए. जैसे आप शार्क टैंक देखते हो, वहां पे जो एंटरप्रेन्योर्स आते हैं, उसे कहा जाता है कि आपका हीरो प्रोडक्ट क्या है. वैसे इंडिया का हीरो प्रोडक्ट क्या है कि जो MSME को कंट्रीब्यूट करेगा, एंड दैट विल बी हेल्पिंग इन द डिजिटल इकोनॉमी. और ये पॉसिबल होगा, मैनुअल तो पॉसिबल नहीं है, इसीलिए कई कंपनीज को प्रमोट किया गया. यू गो इन अ स्टार्टअप एरिना, यू स्टार्ट सम डिजिटल प्रोडक्ट so that can be helping to MSME, like Zoho Books, that is easily for accounting, right? Marketing के कुछ कंपनीज हैं कि आप उन पे लोड करो. WhatsApp can be used, Facebook can be used, Instagram can be used as a digital tool for selling. Zoho बुक से आपका अकाउंटिंग हो जाएगा, डिजिटली आपका कुछ और सेल करेगा. सो दिस इज ऑल डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म्स विच आर कमिंग टुगेदर एंड सपोर्टिंग नेचुरली टू MSME, बिकॉज MSME कैनॉट डेवलप ऑन इट्स ओन. वो अपना अकाउंटिंग प्रोसीजर डेवलप नहीं कर सकता है, परचेज मैनेजमेंट डेवलप नहीं कर सकता है, सेल्स मैनेजमेंट डेवलप नहीं कर सकता है, बैंकिंग मैनेजमेंट डेवलप नहीं कर सकता है. दैट्स वाई उनके लिए इजी हो कि जो एंटरप्रेन्योर हो, जिसके पास टाइम नहीं हो, समय नहीं हो, उसको क्या किया जाए, डिजिटली सपोर्ट किया जाए. इसलिए बैकहैंड से गवर्नमेंट ने क्या किया है, डिजिटली कंपनीज को सपोर्ट करने के लिए स्कीम्स लॉन्च की, लाइक स्टार्टअप स्कीम्स दैट आर गोइंग टू सपोर्ट टू दिस, बिकॉज दिस स्टार्टअप्स will develop some tools which will be used for MSMEs. Like there's a one company in Ahmedabad that gives in 59 minutes in loan. With me, the co-speaker is Samir. He's from Ahmedabad. He's also good faculty. my Kishore Pahuja, he's also my, all are my startup magazine entrepreneur आपने लिया, मेरी co-founder सपना को भी आपने लिया है. I thank you ICS for giving our maximum startup magazine speakers on the panel. Now,
So sorry to disturb you. Can you just make the screen to the full screen, sir? Presentation
presentation,
to the full screen. Click on the slideshow above. There is an option of slideshow.
yeah,
Click on that.
slideshow. Where I have to click?
On
Or
the slide.
new
Click
share.
on. So you can press F5 button.
Already F5, I'll press it. Already.
Oh. No problem, so you can continue.
Yeah. So that's why you need to basically go why this MSME is being talked about, because we want to come up and they cannot naturally come up with a singular player out of it. अकेले MSME अकेला ऊपर नहीं आ सकता. You need some boost engineers, some engines to boost that, and that will come through digital world. That's why this all UPI, MSME, all payments system. What is the last mile reach? The government is aimed to reach a last mile. For example, if you are drinking tea in Assam, आप अगर आसाम में चाय पी रहे हो एक छोटे से ठेले पर, वहां से आप 10 रुपए का पेमेंट करते हो डिजिटली, राइट? सो द लास्ट माइल पर्सन डिजिटली कवर्ड होना चाहिए, और यू पे सम ऑटो रिक्शा पर्सन. ये बहुत बड़ा ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन किया है हमारी गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज ने एमएसएमई को डेवलप करने के लिए, कि लास्ट माइल तक सब्जी वाला, रिक्शा वाला, chai wala, if you can reach to chai wala on digital payment, means you have reached a maximum population to the country, because चाय तो रोज हम पीते हैं, चाय पे चर्चा करते हैं. सो दैट इज अ फंडामेंटल दैट अगर हम लास्ट माइल तक पहुंच गए, इसका मतलब क्या हो गया कि जो डिजिटल ट्रांजैक्शन था दैट वाज मोनोपोली ऑफ बिगर कंसर्न. जो डिजिटल कर सकता है वो बड़ा कंसर्न कर सकता है, सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलप कर सकता है, मिलियंस का, करोड़ का ट्रांजैक्शन कर सकता है, वो ऑनलाइन बैंकिंग कर सकता है, वो सिर्फ बड़ा कर सकता है. लेकिन रीचिंग द लास्ट माइल, लास्ट तक पहुंचने के लिए क्या जरूरत पड़ेगी? एमएसएमई. तो ही एमएसएमई डेवलप होगा अगर लास्ट माइल तक नहीं रीचे. सो दैट वाज अ कॉन्सेप्ट बिहाइंड रीचिंग टू द लास्ट माइल. सो जब तक हम लास्ट माइल में, ये देखिए कई सारे प्री कोविड, पोस्ट कोविड में रीजंस थे, और कई सारे रीजंस है, जैसे मेरे प्रीवियस स्पीकर्स ने भी कहा, कई सारे रीजंस है कि हमें एमएसएमई को डिजिटली लाना है. It's not that digitally means you can do only marketing on Instagram. Digitally means overall development of MSME where he can get stuck to digital in a very effective way. बहुत सारे फ्रॉड भी होते हैं. MSME cannot handle a fraud. रिलायंस, टाटा में अगर कुछ 2, 4, 5 करोड़ 10 करोड़ का कुछ फ्रॉड भी हो गया बैंकिंग डिजिटल, तो दे कैन अफोर्ड. बट MSME cannot afford it. कि वो 1 लाख 2 लाख भी अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकता, क्योंकि उसका वर्किंग कैपिटल बहुत कम होता है, एंड इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर देम. सो दैट्स व्हाई यू शुड यूज अ डिफरेंट डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी व्हिच आर इफेक्टिव यूजिंग ऑफ इट, जिसमें फ्रॉड कम हो. एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई एम कमिंग टू द 6 इंपॉर्टेंट एरियाज, कि कौन से एरियाज को फोकस करना चाहिए. देखिए सेल तो सबको पता है कि ये सेल होगा, बट द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज योर प्रोडक्शन इज टू बी टू अ स्टैंडर्ड. I was listening a few days back. I was in a seminar where the Vietnam से कुछ लोग आए थे और उन्होंने अपना स्टॉल लगाया था. So I thought that really they have a good quality. इतना अच्छा फूड क्वालिटी था कि इंडियंस के पास वो फ्रोजन फूड्स, हल्दी, cinnamon. Vietnam is a very small country, but our Indian MSME who are producing cinnamon cannot compete with the Vietnam. क्यों? कुछ रीजंस है उसके पीछे. क्वालिटी भी होनी चाहिए. When you go for international products, you need quality. Japan is for international quality. You can believe the products of Sony. सब बड़े बड़े जो कॉर्पोरेट्स है ये MSME से ही आए हैं. तो इसीलिए जब MSME बड़ा होगा तो उसको फोकस करना है सिर्फ मार्केटिंग पर नहीं, प्रोडक्शन पर होना चाहिए, परचेस पर होना चाहिए, एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इफेक्टिव यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ फंड्स. बहुत से MSMEs को ये पता नहीं होता है कि टर्म लोन कहाँ लेना है और वर्किंग कैपिटल कहाँ लेना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल उनको अगर मशीन लेनी है तो बहुत सारे लोग सीसी कैश क्रेडिट लेके उसमें से मशीनरी लेते हैं, और बहुत से लोग क्या करते हैं, मशीनरी लेने तो वो रिवर्स पे करते हैं, लैप लेते हैं, बिजनेस अगेंस्ट प्रॉपर्टी लोन लेते हैं. सो दिस इज ऑल बेसिक फंडामेंटल्स टू बी क्लियर बिफोर गोइंग टू एनी डिजिटल वर्ल्ड. आई एम नॉट arguing that कि हमें डिजिटल नहीं जाना है. We should go into digital world but with a perfect understanding that what output you want. अगर आपका प्रोडक्ट अच्छा नहीं है, आप इंस्टाग्राम, फेसबुक पर कितनी भी मार्केटिंग करो, the product is not going to last. आपका होगा ही नहीं. बट आपका प्रोडक्ट अच्छा है और आप पब्लिक तक रीच नहीं कर पा रहे हो. दैट वाज रियलाइज्ड इन G20 मीटिंग बाय प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया कि जब G20 के लोगों को हमारा इतना अच्छा आर्टिस्ट लग रहा है, इतना अच्छा हमारे को उनको लग रहा है सब, लेकिन उसका क्या है, मार्केटिंग नहीं. So that was realized at that moment. So immediately after 2 days, the scheme for rural artists was launched. So this is what you have to understand the gap, and you can use with the digital technology in the MSME. There are hell number of tools available for marketing. We are only talking not of output. In digitally, we should think of input too. Now, this GST constant are not being handled properly by MSME. MSME persons cannot handle the GST constant. इसलिए बहुत सारी वेबसाइट्स हैं, बहुत सारी ये हैं, बहुत सारी वेबसाइट्स हैं, बहुत सारे ये हैं कि जहां पर यू कैन नॉट गेट कि व्हाट इज देयर जीएसटी पेमेंट्स. तो इसलिए डिजिटल आप बहुत सारे कंटेंट यूज कर सकते हो जिसमें आप ट्रांजैक्शंस को सेव कर सकते हो. और बहुत सारा गवर्नमेंट ने क्या किया था, अराउंड 2017 से ही बहुत सारे एमएसएमई के कोर्सेस लॉन्च किए थे कि जो बिजनेसमैन पढ़ सकते हैं. आई पर्पसली टुक द 2017 स्लाइड कि जिसमें पहले से ही गवर्नमेंट ने किया था कि जो एंटरप्रेन्योर है, स्टूडेंट्स हैं, एक्टिविस्ट हैं, प्रोग्रामर हैं, डेवलपर है, एमएसएमई के पास इतना पैसा नहीं होता है कि वो इतने सारे लाखों बिलियन के आईएमबी के कोर्स करे 2-2 लाख रुपए के लिए. तो गवर्नमेंट ने भी 2-2 हजार रुपए में, 1000 रुपए में बहुत सारे कोर्सेज लॉन्च किए हैं. जैसे एमएसएमई टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलपमेंट सेंटर, ये आगरा का एक एग्जांपल है जो उस दिन लॉन्च हुआ था. ऐसे ही हर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का अपना अपना एक एमएसएमई टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलपमेंट सेंटर होता है जहां के इनके कोर्सेज चलते रहते हैं. 1000 रुपए, 500 रुपए में व्हाट इज हाउ टू डू डिजिटल मार्केटिंग, हाउ टू डू प्रोडक्शन एक्टिविटी. अगर आपको स्पेसिफिक इंडस्ट्री का कोई नॉलेज चाहिए तो वो स्पेसिफिक इंडस्ट्री का भी नॉलेज उस सेमिनार प्रोग्राम एक 8-8 दिन 10-10 दिन का एक इवेंट होता है. So that's why you should understand that government is building a lot of infrastructure in digitally, लेकिन as an MSME हमें आगे आना है, हमें आगे आकर उसको आउटपुट निकालना है, and we have to convert ourselves from a big entrepreneur. 5 साल में ऐसे मैंने एंटरप्रेन्योर्स देखे हैं कि जो जीरो से बिजनेस करते हुए 50 करोड़ तक गए. लॉजिकली बहुत कहा जाता है जीरो दा बोट, ये सब स्टार्टअप. These are not startup, even though they are not MSMEs. They went to bigger sector because the definition of MSME has been violated by them. So ये आपके सक्सेस के मेन की पॉइंट्स हैं कि आपको क्या करना है, बिजनेस कैसे चलाना है. जस्ट मैंने हाईलाइट दिया है. नाउ बिफोर गोइंग टू दिस की 7 levels, you should understand the SWOT analysis. SWOT, SWOT analysis. The SWOT analysis says about S, that is your strength, right? लकीली क्या हो गया है, एस से मुझे याद आया कि आई एम बीइंग मेड सैंडविच इन दिस सेशन. मेरे पहले स्पीकर है और मेरे बाद में भी एक लेडी स्पीकर है, मींस आई एम अ सैंडविच, और दोनों का नाम एस से है. सो आई एम थैंक यू फॉर गिविंग दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी, मेकिंग सैंडविच ऑफ बोथ. एंड दिस इज व्हाट SWOT एनालिसिस. एस मींस स्वैट, स्ट्रेंथ. डब्ल्यू मींस वीकनेस, आप अपनी वीकनेस जानो. ओ मींस अपॉर्चुनिटीज एंड टी मींस थ्रेट. बहुत से लोग बोलते हैं यूक्रेन रशिया वॉर चालू है, क्या बिजनेस हो सकता है यार. इजीली बिजनेस हो सकता है. रशिया एंड यूक्रेन में क्या बिजनेस हो सकता है? एनीबडी कैन डू बिजनेस इन यूक्रेन. यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड द बिजनेस लॉजिक. स्क्रैप का बिजनेस बहुत है भाई, वहां यू कैन डू स्क्रैप बिजनेस, बहुत सारा खाली पड़ा है. यू कैन जस्ट इंपोर्ट इट एंड गो एंड बाय इट. सो दिस इज थिंग, अपॉर्चुनिटीज एवरीवेयर. दिस इज जस्ट अ ह्यूमर टू पास अपॉन. तो इसीलिए आपको ये समझना है कि आपको 7 प्रिंसिपल्स कैसे करने हैं. My next speaker is my co-founder, that is my startup magazine Sapna Radha. She is a well talented and artificial intelligence पे cover करेगी MSME का. So I'll skip that part. That will be her responsibility because she is a more intellectual speaker than me, and she will be able to handle all the proceedings very effectively. So this is what optimal about online assortment, राइट ऑपरेटिंग मॉडल. आपका मॉडल राइट होना चाहिए. B2B, B2C बोलते हैं, B2C. अरे भाई कुछ नहीं है, वही होलसेल ट्रेडर है, पुराने जमाने का रिटेल होलसेल ट्रेड कंसेप्ट, उसको B2B नाम दिया है. ऐसा थोड़ी है कि बोर्ड कंपनी बोलती है वी डू D2C, डायरेक्ट सेल टू कस्टमर. तो क्या होलसेल में नहीं सेल करती है क्या? दे सेल अपॉन होलसेल है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स हैं, मार्केटर्स हैं, उनके सब कंसेप्ट होते हैं. बट एज एन बिगिनर आपको एक बताना पड़ता है कि ये फंडामेंटल आप यूज करोगे, इवन दो यू प्रैक्टिकली मे नॉट बी यूजिंग इट. Because after success, nobody is going to ask you आप कैसे हैं. So everybody says that we are from B2B government, but already all try to do all kind of businesses. Even though there are like Raymond is doing manufacturing, they are selling to government suppliers, they are selling to everybody. So some business hota hai, some mixed cartel hota hai. So understand what is your right kind of business and right kind of operating model you are going to operate. Agar aapka product kahan chal raha hai, everybody is thinking of a bigger states like Mumbai, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Delhi. No, it may happen that your product may be viable for Orissa, Tamil Nadu. You can go and research your product for MSME. Like in Maharashtra, there is a lot of competition. One of my friend in electric vehicle, he was from Ahmedabad. He thought that this is a very tight market. Being a MSME, it was a tight market. He cannot afford a more marketing. So he choose Orissa as a market. Bhubaneswar chale gaye. Change the shift. So MSME, due to the power of digital, can assess, analyze all the digital data available with him. कोई भी प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च करने से पहले डेटा लॉन्च करो आपका कि उस किस जैसे आपको कोई फूड आइटम लॉन्च करना है. Now Zomato has said that his favorite selling food item is biryani. So it's an Indian item. So you know that Indian foods will grow. आपको वो समझना है. अभी जैसे इस साल मिलेट्स डिक्लेयर किया है तो आपको वो प्रोडक्ट पकड़ना है जो गवर्नमेंट ने डिक्लेयर किया है. दैट इज, आई थिंक माय टाइम इज ओवर. Sir, time is exceeding. Yes. So my time is exceeding. I complete myself because when I flow, I don't know the time. And this is my startup magazine, which you can subscribe. आपको मिलता रहेगा. These are all my founders, speakers. मेरे साथ हैं सब. मेरे चारों के चारों पैनल पे आपने लिए. Thank you very much for appointing me. और मेरे फाउंडर के साथ मेरी co-founder भी next session में there. Sir, thank you for giving opportunity. And I end it myself.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable inputs on MSME digital world. Thank you, sir. Action is a real measure of intelligence. Very well said by Napoleon Hill. Let us move ahead with our next speaker, Ms. Sapna Rathod. Startup Magazine co-founder, calligrapher, singer. Bachelor of Commerce from Gujarat University, calligraphy designing from Chanda Moti Private Limited. Expertise in AI designer tool saved more than 365 hours of client work by replacing physical testing through automated workflows. Welcome you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you so much for this wonderful introduction. But Sushma, you didn't mention that I'm also chartered accountant. So थोड़ा वो दिल पे लग गया मेरे को. Okay, am I visible properly and audible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm just sharing my screen. Yeah. Okay, so as Sushma already mentioned, I'm chartered accountant, Sapna Rathod. I'm working currently in PwC, Big Four. I also interested in a lots of like startup things, like which kind of startups, innovations we can think about, and what are the major differences between the idea and the executions. So one of the interesting topic given gave by this ICS to me, like artificial intelligence in digital world. So let's cover it. Yeah. So what is the AI in a simple terms? Like everybody knows what is the artificial intelligence, but in a formal term, we can say that it is the simulation of human intelligence by machines. For example, computer system. It's the like we can say combination of human ideas executed in a coding and prepared by machine, which can save the human time, or we can say improve the efficiency, like computer systems. Second one is specific application of AI include expert system, natural language processing, and speech recognition, like robot. AI also contains the conversion of manual environment or any kind of manual works into the fully or a partially automated process. Like by using the software or kind of online application, you can directly convert one file into from Excel to the PDF or any kind of automations. Like whatever the tasting. You can say, I can give the example as a chartered accountant in audit segment. What happens, like we are majorly covering the aspects of auditing as an evidence generating activities based on which we are for providing the final reports to the stakeholders. So during that audit and investigations, we are following the like evidence generating activities, which mainly cover by the manual process. What we can do, different kind of FSLI, that means financial statement line items like income, expense, we can say one kind of asset, liability. We are tasting individually, which are having the limit above the threshold. We all are doing manually. But what happened? Like almost all of the work, 100% of the work, or 50% of the work got automated by the like application or a software like Alteryx, UiPath, and all. So in my organization, I have also tried to cover this. Like many of the tasting, I found that it can be done by automated process. Currently we are doing as a manually, so I have converted those into automation, fully automated process. So for example, it was taking 100 of hours to complete one tasting. So after the automation, it gonna like diluted changes within a 10 hour or 20 hours of human intervention. Entire tasting will cover with result. So that is the also one example of AI. So in today's scenario, all say that AI is equal to the generative AI or simple the chat GPT is AI. So no, just not a chat GPT is AI. AI like contain a lots of things. Also the fully part of automations is AI. So coming to the next portion, like AI developed by the human, but smarter than human intelligence. Why so? So I have covered the basic things. Like AI is a vast concept and result of ample of human intelligence, which converted into the machinery and applications. It also contains different flavors of technologies, human ideas, out of box thinking capabilities, and many more, which getting improved day by day, year by year with passage of time, right? So for one task completed by the human versus completed by computer, always having benefit of time saving and super intelligence. Yes, so we can say we are comparing the task by us or by the computer or by the system. Yes, computer will win definitely because they are having the like more functionality, more coding system, more efficiency, more time saving. That's why. So all the information like what kind of home, for example, home I want, what will be the aesthetics, what I like, how it should be, and what is the budget. So all the detail regarding complete home we are having to get the home. We are having 10 different alternatives like in as an option before buying it. So just that also by a little gadget. So I can say that it's made by the human, but with the time bar or a passage of time, it's getting more smarter and smarter than human because it's getting updated and getting with the latest version of AI. That's why. So from that, like in today's scenario, someone finds that there are lots of types of AI. Sapna, AI, you're talking about AI, but AI is not frankly to the human. It will replace to human in a futures. So let's discuss on this topic. So we can say that human interferences can be easily replaceable by a machine, or I can say that easily using AI as a path. So we can say that Google lady, we are considering, hey Siri, yeah, hey Bixby, tell me this thing. So currently also she's working. So she is replying like in a second of time without any hesitation or without thinking further, without any like blinking the eyelids also. So they are available very fast to the human. And we can say in the future, intellectually, whatever human being would perform will be like the things of a stupid or a meaningless, unless that's not covered by the AI already. For example, far years ago, we are using the calculator And like, sorry, we are using the mathematical count as a in a school, like we are doing the summation manually or the subtraction manually. It was got replaced by 10 to 15 years after the calculator. So all the learning which we taught, like which we taught from our seniors, it's gonna like meaningless things for our futures. One thing, like the craze of real art, like some kind of, I have also run the calligraphy. So by using the computer, or we can say the presentation, computer will easily replace the calligrapher kind of arts. We can easily like available lots of designings and structures that are not even covered by the calligrapher. So calligraphy kind of profession, singing, I can say. So in a singing, what happened, like we are learning, no doubt some of the singers are a goodly, like heavily trained classical, or they learn proper music, but they are also like replacing, or they also have obstacles to uh, convert by the auto tune of the all singers. So that is also obstacle for singers. So calligraphy, singing, dancing, all will stack as dull, as there are so many manipulation by AI. And also the current education system will become meaningless in future, because AI having updated every year, every day, and the education doesn't. So this is the kind of different threats of AI we are having in mind as of now. Next, who can win against the AI? So you must be equipped with something beyond your intellectual. Whatever is a data simulation, intellectual means your intellect cannot function without accumulated data, right? You have to put some coding over there or put some data, then your intellectual will work. Whatever is the data assimilation, analysis, and execution of that, a machine will do better than you without mistake, right? A computer can surely work like better than a normal human being. Anything you're doing intellectually will become meaningless in the next 10 to 15 years of time, right? So you have to do something that machine can't do, be relevant for your work. And also, I can see that human being having many layers, intellect, many layers of life, like a different dimension they are possessing, not just the intellectual. Intellectual is a small part of it. We can explore many other things just than the intellectual dialogue, right? So I can say that like lots of gurus or sons, which already covered the human inner nature and what are the outside structure that are happening. They're telling us that human body is the most sophisticated machine on the planet, and it's a made of whatever the food you are eating, which is like a 3D printer. You are eating something, it's gonna like picturized by 3D printer, and you are like this. So it's becoming body, whatever you are eating, right? So, and whatever you are eating as a food you eat, it's just the soil, like you walk upon. It's a stand up like this as a printer. But that intelligence exists within you already. It's made by the soil. You are eating the food grown by the soil. So it's intelligence exists within you, not just in your brains, in your guts also. So we are already more than enough capable to doing anything by our inner peace or by intellectual or other dimension. You need to found only the conscious access to these dimensions, intelligence. You will live magically then. AI will not disturb you. Just like I can say that I can easily relate with this singing because I'm learning it. So I can say that there are so many singers doing like auto tune using sound
Madam is a
engineer.
good singer. She can sing a song also.
Okay, let me complete my topic, then we'll do that surely. So yeah, so I can say that there are a lots of substitute for a kind of singers, like they are using auto tunes or a recorded version already. They are just doing the manipulation in already existing version. But why we are not being like Shreya Ghoshal or Lata Mangeshkar ji, like it is a replaceable source. We have to be like that. So there are lots of threats of AI, but we should take AI as a positive aspect of life. Like once you realize that the capabilities and guts of human being is more wide and explorable in different dimensions compared to just the data loaded machines. So AI will become good part of your life. You will be happy as all the manual job if the machines are doing. You are now free to explore and forward to other more relevant aspects of life. So let's take AI as a positive aspect of life. Like for example, we are the manager and we have to uh, command our association or a senior association that do this kind of field work, and we can like provide our time to the more relevant things like for a decision making or health related thing. So yes, let's take AI as a positive aspect of life. And at the last, my best wishes for all the listeners, co-hosts, and the coordinators. Like, be happy, calm, and conscious in current moment. Yes, do meditation, yoga, upyog, exercise, and stay fit. Follow your passion as a main work or as a hobby, whatever you can. Be humble and take more responsibilities around. You are already complete. Just explore different dimensions. Be enthusiastic like a child and focus like a mature. So that was from my side. Hope you are enjoyed or get something out of all the 8 slides. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for enlightening
Song,
on.
song.
Okay. Okay. I was thinking that I should relate, like, I'm telling all of you that we have to accept the artificial intelligence in a good way. AI is not a replacement of human. It is, but it's a scope of like enlargement of our wings also. We have to think out of box. That intellectual or just AI kind of machine can't think, right? So I can have a one song in a mind about this situation, that let's accept the AI with open wings as a useful thing in a life, not as obstacles. So okay, I can correlate that song. तेनू समझा कि तेरे बिना तेनू समझा तेरे बिना लगदा तू की जाने प्यार मैं करूँ इंतजार तू दिल तेनू समझा कि तेरे Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for enlightening on artificial intelligence in simple terms and for considering artificial intelligence as positive aspect of life. And a very big thankful for a wonderful song.
No worries. Thank you so much.
Success in management require learning as fast as the world is changing. Let me introduce our next speaker, Mr. Sameer Chaudhary. He's a chartered accountant, FCA, done MCOM, LLB, diploma in cybersecurity. He is a senior partner at Chaudhary Shah and Associates LLP. Is also qualified as independent director and founder, trustee in Health Foundation, serving society since 2014. Welcome you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Let me share screen first. Screen is visible, please.
Not yet, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
No, sir.
आपकी आपकी फर्स्ट स्लाइड चालू कर समीर, हाँ दिख रहा है.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now perfect.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. First of all, I would tell thank you to the organizer, that's done, and all the faculties with me who are there, which includes many, few of them are Sapna ma'am, Pankaj ji, and other speakers with me today. And congratulations for completing 150 lectures, online lectures. And the consistency is the most important thing that you, being an organizer, have described that thing. Friends, many speakers have talked about MSME, which is the most important thing. Micro, small, and medium enterprise. When talking about the same, then today my topic is online management system. Someone discuss about digital platform. Someone discuss about what is the benefit in MSME. Someone have discussed here in a AI use of artificial intelligence in MSME, and even Sapna ji have sung a great song. And now I'm here to bring a very small movie, a trailer of a movie, how MSME can get benefits out of online management system. Friends, when you're talking about online, today you can see that after 2017, when Mota Bhai of the world, I would say, means Reliance, when they brought up Geo, so many things have changed. The whole world has changed. And the use of internet, at least in India, I would say, have increased tremendously. And even then, people came to know about how online platform can be useful for their business. When talking about the same, even when talking about the same, friends, let's bring on the things of MSME. MSME is said as the platform, as the limb, as the main part of the country's growth, because we know that MSME holds a great power in that thing. Moving further, friends, this is an image taken from the part of a government of Madhya Pradesh, which shows MSME, a growing tree with multiple colors, friends. If we are discussing in a very simpler way, that MSME supports industry as an ancillary units, thereby contributing enormously to the overall industrial development of the country. These enterprises are engaged in the production, manufacturing, and processing of goods and commodities. Friends, we know the story of Chandrayaan 3. Chandrayaan 2 have been filled with very minor things, and then Chandrayaan 3 have been developed within a pace of 3 to 4 years, friends. And even the cost which have been incurred in Chandrayaan 2 and cost incurred in Chandrayaan 3 was far lesser than Chandrayaan 2. And maybe I think that you all must be aware of that thing, friends, that Chandrayaan 3, in the build-up of Chandrayaan 3, there was a major play of MSMEs and small companies. Big giants are always there. L&T and all the companies are there. But what about the small companies, which plays a major role? And once the company starts a production, its business and all such stuff, and when their growth have starts, then many times it happens that the owner is only there who is going to manage everything. He says that I'm just like an Ravan, having a 10 heads, having just like a Vishnu Bhagwan, have 8 hands and can do anything. He always believes that Apun is Bhagwan. And that is the most important mistake where they used to conduct. Friends, please note, you cannot do all the things because we are human beings. And same thing applicable to MSME. And so at that time, many times when they put some dependence or some faith on other human beings or other resources, obviously, friends, employee is always considered as an asset for a company. But sometimes if it doesn't give some proper details, and even if they leave the organization, sometimes the management systems, which is a virtual one, which is on an online basis, helps them a lot. Moving further on that thing, friends, you must be knowing that MSME contributes significantly to India's total GDP. And government's objective, when Modi ji is talking about 5 trillion economy and to raise this contribution to 50% in the coming years. That is why MSMEs are considered to be the backbone of the economy. They are also pivotal to the nation's growth as they employ lack of unskilled as well as skilled individuals. Talking further, friends, what are the challenges that is faced by MSME? First is a lack of finance, means many MSMEs struggle to secure the necessary funds to start, operate, And even if they operate properly to expand their business due to a variety of reasons they have. Second, most important thing is a technology. We know the power of technology, friends. And yes, everything have its pro and cons, but here when we're talking about technology, if it is used in a very proper manner, very good manner, it's a boon for everyone. And they operate in a traditional sectors which rely on manual labor and even sometimes outdated machineries. Have you thought of regulatory compliances? It is said that we have an ease of doing business. Friends, touch your heart and simply ask yourself whether we have an ease of doing business in all the areas, in all the tax laws, or people have some issues. It has been said that before 15 days, GST have issued more than 12,000 notices. And even before that, in this Mahadev cheat fund case, means that is a betting case of application where it was organized and managed in Dubai. So government have freezed more than 12,000 account across India. So many people were MSME, many small peoples. I don't say that they have freezed the accounts, all are good person. But maybe possible that at least 40 to 50% have done in a bona fide intention and few were actual a culprit. So in India, it is required to comply with various regulations and laws related to labor, environment, taxation, and corporate governance, which is time consuming and expensive, especially for small enterprises with limited resources. And the most important thing, market access. Friends, what do you think? You can even mention me on a chat box that what are the marketplaces and how a MSME can do market access. Something I have opened a showroom or I have opened an office and people are coming and I'm selling them products. Another part is that I'm doing a cold calling, I'm having a hot calls and something like that, and we are getting a business out of that. Anything else, friends? If you all can tell me, friends. I'm waiting for your friends. And while the country has a large domestic market, assessing it can be challenging, especially for small and new enterprise. Friends, have you heard about India Mart? How many of you are doing a business in Amazon, Flipkart and all this stuff? Amazon तो ये बोलता है अभी एक देश का एक नया फेस्टिवल है समझो. Flipkart says about big billion days. What about restaurant chains who are operating in Zomato and Swiggy? There are various platform friends on that thing. But even to get a business, to track the business, there is a challenging for a business, all the MSMEs. Now talking about our main topic, online management system. And online management system is also known as an online management software or platform. Is a web-based tool or application that helps organizations or individuals efficiently manage various aspects of their operation, task, and data. Friends, just think many people are using all the social media platforms. Let's say Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat, many things. And if you want to post on different platforms, you are going to Facebook, you're opening that, you are putting some images, you are putting your hashtags and then posting on that part. Then you go to Instagram, again posting on that part. You are going to LinkedIn, you are going to Twitter, you're posting. If you get some application, means you have to post in that platform only, and it is posted in all the platforms simultaneously. It will save your time. It will be real-time basis. You will enjoy that work. Kindly note, friends. And the same thing is a web-based tool application where your work can be managed efficiently with respect to operation, task, and data. These systems are designed to streamline the process, enhance collaboration, and improve overall efficiency. Friend, just think if I want to wake up in the morning early and I say, hi Siri, please wake me up early in the morning at 6 a.m. She automatically keeps the alarm for me. In many ways, I say, hi Siri, can you please open the lights? Can you please put on the curtain at my home? Everything is done automatically. And now it's a world of AI. It's a world of robotics. It's a world of data mining. And have you heard about, not I'm talking about cryptocurrency, but crypto techniques, friends, a blockchain technology, which is going to make the efficiency a lot for people. What are the benefits of this OMS? Online management systems offer a wide range of benefits of organizations and individuals, making them essential tools for efficient operations and decision making. They are accessibility, real-time, you can easily assess the things with the help of that. You will get some dashboard when the data is input in a proper manner, and that's the most important thing, because it is always when we're talking about technology that CIA should be there. What is CIA? Confidentiality, integrity means a uniformity on that thing, and the availability of data. But to get that thing, the data, the raw information which we are putting in that, it should be perfect and very clear on that part. If there's a mistake on that thing, you're not going to get properly. The accessibility should be there. The data should be real time. Then and centralized data. Just imagine the days, I would say a decade or 1.5 decade before, where there was not a centralized banking system for banks, and you have to go at various branches and take out their work. And once the CBS system have started, and now online platforms are there, even now there is a system of a UPI. अगर मुझे किसी को payment, if I want to make a payment to anyone, so on that part, I can do easily by sitting at my home. I'm just taking my mobile phone, I'm just clicking, opening a Paytm and just making a payment. What's that? A system? Have you thought about Zomato, friends, or Swiggy? At night, if my son says that, Papa, I'm hungry, I want to eat a Domino's pizza, even at 2 p.m. or 1:30 p.m., I opens my app and just order that thing. So have you thought that how Zomato is working on a real-time data? Because Zomato is not going to deliver a pizza to me. Zomato person is there who is a delivery man, and he's an aggregator. The business is an aggregator where it meets two people. It facilitates to meet the restaurant chain or restaurants and the delivery boy, and it provides a platform on that part. Even the bill comes on a real-time basis on that part, friends. And can you imagine how many orders is placed on in 1 minute in Zomato or Swiggy, Amazon, Flipkart? What is that? OMS, I would say. Most important thing, security. Before 2 or 3 years, there was a message that that data of Domino's has been hacked, and it was sold very oftenly and freely on various platforms. Then a scalability of business can be achieved on that part. Cost saving, efficiency is required, and the most important thing, the compliance that we are doing, friends. Moving further, web-based customer management system or complaint management. Let's say someone is doing some complaint. I have purchased some car, let's say, from some company, and there was some issue in a car. What, being a customer, I feel that that car service should be such a good one. When I'm asking for anything, it give me result immediately or within 24 hours. And if I'm not getting that thing, I'm annoying with that. So your complaint management system should be, which includes complaint, staff loyalty, process improvement. Just think, it is the most important. There is a concept of a virtual CFO, where now you do not have to hire a CFO, but that virtual CFO, an expert, will sit in its office or somewhere else, and it will guide you. And even he's using such as softwares online and technology. Customer loyalty should be there, staff satisfaction, customer satisfaction, and the most important is a complaint management, friends. The do's of using an online work management system. This owl is teaching you many things, how you can manage that thing. Finding the right people to work with for your business to achieve your goal. Your goal should be defined that what I want in this technology. एक चीज कहते, आपको बताता हूँ फ्रेंड्स, मंजिल तो मिल ही जाएगी, मंजिल तो मिल ही जाएगी भटक के ही सही, मंजिल तो मिल ही जाएगी भटक के ही सही, गुमराह तो वो है जो घर से निकले ही नहीं. If I'm thinking I have to bring an OMS and I'm not planning for that, I don't have any goal, I cannot achieve that thing. There should be use of the right tool on that part. Create a professional working environment in your office. If I'm installing the softwares, but I'm not using that thing, even my staff, my company is not ready to use that, it is of no use. You have to motivate people with the respect of a reward system, which can be based on a merit. Video calling can be made with over emails and chatting like Zoom and even Team, and many are tracking the team's progress. Most important thing, because it is said that what we inspect, we always respect, and always being clear about your expectations. What are the various structure of online work management system? The structure can vary depending on its purpose and organization needs. A typical OMS structure consists of several key components. application logic, what logic it should need, database or data storage, where the database will be there, how it will be stored, it will be on a cloud basis, on a server, physical, or how. Security features should be there on that, the firewalls to be kept there or not, whether it now have VPN should be used with that or not. What is our integration point? Maintenance and support. How we are going to take a backup, and if there is a disaster, how we can manage with the disaster recovery on that part. What reports we want and how we are getting a report, and analytics of that, a kind of a dashboard for me. Workflow automation, the work, maximum work can be automated. Do you think if you're ordering on Zomato, someone is there in the backend to prepare the invoice, you're getting within a seconds, or it's a automation work on that part? Documentation and training for that. And last, most important, UI, that is user interface. It is said, if I'm talking about equity market or share market, the Zerodha, one of the largest discount broker, the user interface which it is using is the best. So your user interface makes a lot of things. What are the OMS applications available in the market? Few of them are WhereIQ, Zoho Books, QuickBooks, Adobe Commerce. Zoho Books have done a fantastic work in the last 3 to 4 years, friends. Talking about that thing, since we are having a pause of time today, and even we are running late for more than half an hour, friends, and I got a message. So friends, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. This is C. Samir Chaudhary. You can connect with me anytime. I have my mobile number and email ID. And friends, if you want such more contents, you can subscribe my YouTube channel with the name of FinTech Chanakya. Thank you, friends. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable inputs on online management system for MSME.
My pleasure, ma'am.
An information system only has its value when people use it correctly, that is ERP, the implementation cycle. Very well said by Stephen Harwood. Let us move ahead with our next speaker, Mr. Anantinarayan Iyer. He is a consultant at Tejas Business Solutions, Bachelor of Engineering in Instrumentation, postgraduate. We welcome you, sir. He is a QCI certified Z consultant and lead consultant, project coordinator for the upcoming Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth in Cochin, Kerala. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And once again, congratulations to the organizers for having reached the milestone of 150 online sessions. And it's been a pleasure to come back to this particular audience with a very new, with a very different topic altogether on digital MSME. And I would like to take up from where my colleague Samir Chaudhary just left on the use of online management system. Now, specifically speaking of online management system, there could be online management systems which could help the MSMEs to be able to take care of very specific small business processes within their entire range of activities. For example, going online using Zoho Books, for example, for managing their accounting, or using, say, Tally for managing their accounting, all could be fantastic examples of using online management systems to be able to manage the business efficiently. But taking it to the next level is what is called as the enterprise-wide resource software, or the ERP. So the ERP basically helps an organization to not look at many of their processes in silos, but to have a complete integration between each of the processes in such a way that one input into one area of interest would automatically create data points in some other areas of interest as well. So the ERP basically looks at all the various aspects, all the various verticals within an organization, and ties it with very simple common methodology like money, manpower, and material. For example, if the organization wants to buy a material, raw material from the market, they have to make a payment for ensuring that the material is coming into the organization. So when they do the material payment for the material using an ERP system, it would automatically also generate the necessary stocks in the inventory management side. So in one shot, you are able to integrate both your inventory management system as well as your financial management system. So this is the beauty of having an enterprise resource planning or an ERP software in any organization. Now, there are multiple ERP systems that are available in the market, but all of these systems essentially help to integrate and automate the different processes in the organization, as Samir ji also briefly mentioned about it. It beautifully helps to streamline and optimize your business processes. And most important aspect, as Samir ji also briefly mentioned about it, is about having this information online. Today, data is the king. Anyone who has got information is able to rule the world. Having online information about your business, about the way the various aspects of your business are functioning, is the key for success for any MSME today. And an ERP system, a well implemented, well integrated ERP system, essentially helps you to have that information across the organization on a real-time basis. Now, just look at the power of this particular statement, because an example could be is that you are running short of stocks in the stores. You have got a big production order coming up, and you suddenly realize that you don't have enough stock with you. Only the stores person was knowing about this. Nobody else in the organization was able to realize that we do not have enough stock to be able to address, be able to cater to the incoming production order. So you could waste crucial time waiting for a new procurement to happen. Whereas if it's a well integrated ERP, it is very easy to get those alerts that if an incoming production order is going to come, this many material is required, this is the current stock, and these are the amount of time required to replenish that stock. This is the best places from where we can procure it, and these procurements can be done very easily. Sharing the information and making the information available online is one of the key things that any well-implemented ERP would do. And that's what is the power that the MSMEs should harness from any such ERP today. Obviously, benefits of using ERP for MSMEs are abundant, but I would like to only point out to the three major things which really matter to the MSME. End of the day, the MSME wants to reduce costs. For them, profit is tantamount to importance. And a well-implemented ERP is specifically being able to reduce their costs. How does it help to reduce the cost? By ensuring that there are a lot of automations that are happening in the background, which will not have any other manual interventions to take care of, and because of which there will be a very certain reduction in the cost. And the cost reduction is also coming basically because it helps to improve the productivity in the organization. It helps to improve the efficiency of the operations in the organization. Now, in this very example, when we said that if there is a large production order that is coming up, and we would like to have these stocks that are to be made available even right in time for the production to start, that itself is a classical example of how the ERP would help to improve the operations and improve the productivity and thereby reduce the costs. So benefits of ERP is across the organization. It helps all the individuals in the organization to improve their own efficiencies, and at the same time helps the organization to improve their profits, improve their bottom lines, and reduce their costs. Now, when it comes to implementing ERP, there are a lot of ERP softwares available in the market today. You can easily go into the internet and search for the available ERP softwares, but there are some myths of ERP implementation that I would like to quickly discuss here with my experience of having worked with multiple ERP systems over the last 2 decades. One of the most common myth that the MSME has is that, is my data secure? We are going online. Just for Samir ji mentioned about the data leak happening in one of the very well-known organizations. Is my data insecure? Now, what happens when you implement a good ERP is that you can put in the right amount of data security into place, which will ensure that your data remains very secure. You could have a hybrid kind of a model. You could have a fully online kind of a model. You could have a completely on-site kind of a model, which will ensure that your data remains very secure within the ERP. And ERPs are not only for large organizations like say Reliance or Tata's or Birla's kind of thing. Nowadays, even the MSMEs, there are a lot of ERP companies which are coming up very specific modules targeting the MSME sector. And these are not at all costly. These are very easy to implement, or it may not cost more than a 5-digit number for you to implement a very good ERP system. The benefit of ERP is not only for senior management. It is not only the senior management who looks at the various dashboards, various reports, the various alerts, and so on. Even the smallest of the employee in an organization can very well use a very well implemented ERP for improving his or her daily operations. Okay. Any MSME who would like to invest into into an implementation of an online management system or an ERP system is really concerned about what is my return on investment. How much do I really have to wait for my ROI to be fulfilled? Is it going to be 5 years? It's going to be 4 years, and so on. So one of the myths that I would like to break about here is that implementing an ERP system does not require too long a ROI for returns. The return on investment is very short, provided the implementation is done in a very smart way. It doesn't take too long to implement either. Have the right kind of systems in place, and it can be implemented in a very short span of time, and it can start giving you the benefits immediately. Yeah. And one more common thing that I keep on getting a query is that आज तो हम लोग ने implement कर दिया, कितना easy है इसको change करना? Is it too tight a thing to change? You will have to call experts to do the change and so on. No, my dear friends. Nowadays, ERPs are highly customizable and it is easily modifiable even after it's implemented. So it's easy to manage, easy to implement, and you can very well do a lot of things even after an implementation takes place. You could do some trials during the implementation, and if you don't feel that that particular implementation has gone very well for you, you can always get it changed. You can always modify it. So these are some of the common myths that I would like to break on for our MSME friends when they want to implement an ERP system in their place. And some of the common precautions that I would like to warn my MSME friends if they want to venture into implementing ERP systems. Yeah, please do not rush into implementing an ERP. Although I said that implementation is very fast, that doesn't mean that it's like you just go ahead and have the system implemented in a jiffy. You need to really focus upon what is your requirement. You have to define your requirement very clearly. Zamirji emphasized also saying that unless and until you define what your requirements are, it is very difficult to get the confidentiality, integrity, and the availability of the data, the CIA of the data from the system, right? So ensure that you are documenting all your requirements properly, involving as much as people in the organization as possible. So that's one of the key things. Now, there could be many operators who could be implementing the ERP system, but please select somebody who has implemented in your sector. If you are belonging to the manufacturing sector of metals or of chemicals or of rubber or of textiles, be sure that you are choosing industry specific implementation providers, because they know the nuances of your industry. They know how your particular industry demands. Your regulatory compliances that are required for your industry might change from industry to industry, and choosing the right partner is the key here, right? Budget has to be sufficient. You should have ensuring that you have to have enough budget for training and handholding of your people. But do not cut corners when it comes to training. Implementing a good system can be only effective if your people who are going to operate the system are well trained. Ensure that you have provided enough time and budget for training your people. Yeah. And implement in smaller steps. You don't have to really do a big bang, go live kind of a thing. Implement only the inventory management module to begin with. Implement only the HR management module to begin with, or implement just a supply chain part of it. Okay, so implement in small steps. Take the benefit of those small steps, and then go and do it in a longer run. Yeah, and most importantly, just like any other mechanical equipment, even an online management system like an ERP requires maintenance. Please understand this thing is that just like your car requires a servicing at a regular interval, even online systems also require proper maintenance and support. So please ensure that you are planning sufficiently, both in terms of time and money, for regular maintenance and support of your system. Yeah, And one of the last things that I would like to leave this thought about is that you do a lot of audits, you do a lot of financial audits and so on. Please also do regular ERP audits after implementation. I would recommend an audit after every 6 months at least, because having the audit done after 6 months helps you to understand whether whatever was your objective in the beginning of the implementation, whether those objectives have been met. Have your people been trained enough? Are their transactions being done properly? Are there any mistakes being done by the people on a regular basis? All those things can come out only when you do that regular ERP audit. So this is a very critical thing when you are implementing a very successful and well integrated ERP system in your organization. ERP is not a monster. ERP is a very simple thing to do. If you want to be digital, if you want to adopt technology, and if you want to go further, grow in your your organization, please do consider ERP as a vehicle for your growth. It's a fantastic growth engine. Having implemented ERP in so many organizations, I can vouch for it. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Wish you all the best, and over to you.
Thank you for enlightening on common precautions while implementing ERP. Thank you so much, sir. Financial freedom is available to those who learn about it and work for it. Let us move ahead with the next speaker, Mr. Kishore Kumar Pahuja, HR Department Head at Escons Projects Private Limited, Science graduate, postgraduate in Personal Management, 20 years of experience in chemical and rubber industries as a manager and assistant general manager. Since last 10 years working with Escon Projects Private Limited, lead auditor for ISO 9001-2015. Welcome you, sir. Over to you, sir. Sir, I request you to unmute yourself.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
But I think there's some mismatch in the introduction. It's okay. I'm a chartered accountant, and maybe you have taken from some other person's introduction. Does not belong to me at all. It's okay. First of all, I would like to thank you, Dr. Sundar Kataria, Sumitji Kataria, and the ICS team for making me a part of this 150th episode of Satgun Sang. The Satgun Sang invite was so attractive that though I am not in India, I'm in London, I just could not resist saying I would for sure join this. And the topic given to me is about finance control in digital age, mainly for MSME. So I would like, of course, to share my views on the financial controls. But after so many good speakers speaking all about digital controls and digital age and other things, Siddheshji, Pankajji, Samirji, Anandram Nair sir, I don't think I have much to say about this, but whatever I have, I will share with you all. Let me share, maybe way back in 1990s when I was working in Bombay with some company, I met some banker that time, and the banker was discussing something like what is happening today. That time he said that the banks are working on such a way that sooner or later, the banks will be available in your offices. When I discussed this with my managing director, he was not only astonished, he was laughing at me. He said, this is impossible. If this happens, things will work like anything. And today we can see the way digital ages we are seeing. We just open one account, we transfer from one account to another account like anything. And I don't think most of us sitting here are using checkbooks anymore, unless they really have to withdraw cash for some urgency. Otherwise, transfers to customers, transfer from suppliers, everything is digitally done. And even nowadays, chaiwalas are managing their accounts on digital only. A chaiwala comes to your office, he will say how much money you owe to him. He will just see a mobile and tell him, sir, so much money has to be transferred. And in the evening, he will say, yes, sir, I received the message, you have transferred the money. So this is what the digital age is. For MSMEs, of course, there are various things. Mr. Anantraman has also said about ERP. The ERP or maybe smaller versions of certain financial softwares like Tally, Zoho, etc. They give you all the information which is generally required by a business. Depending upon the size of the business, you can always choose the software you require. You require mainly some key performance indicators, and to evaluate those key performance indicators, your accounts have to be updated. And mainly accounts are nowadays on real-time basis, whether it's Tally, Zoho, or any other ERP like Oracle, SAP, all of them, they generally give you overall view of each and every transaction. Once a transaction is entered, as Mr. Nair also said, the other part of the transaction is also affected immediately. As he said, that when you make a payment, the inventory is also created. Similarly, when the inventory is received, you create a GR and goods receipt note in your organization. It automatically shows you that the goods have been received and so much stock is available. And go further in the ERP, when you use that stock anywhere, the stock is minus from there, and it would show that so much has been used. Now we have this much only in our stock. So these are the things that are gradually available with everybody, and most of the things are available in the digital age, and the management has become easier with these things, that on the real-time basis all the reports are available, and we can take our decision. As it was said that you need to take a decision very fast. So if you have to expedite all these things are of course available, since the digitally disruption is taking place, and we need to be aware of all these things. And if you go, main requirement is your balance sheet, income statement, cash flow, also called cash flow statement. These are the things which are also easily available from the accounts. Besides this, ratio analysis and other things which you want to do, you can easily do from your softwares. If you are using Tally, you are using Zoho, or you are using any other ERP, maybe SAP or whatever, these things are easily available, and they are used to measure the cost and expenses of various processes, the financial risk in them, and a subsequent and consequent optimization of risk processes. They are ideal for measuring inflow of income and control of financial expenses. In the rapidly evolving landscape of the digital age, financial control has taken a new dimension. As technology continues to reshape the way we conduct financial transactions, manage assets, and make investment decisions, the need for effective financial control has become paramount. This information has brought about challenges and opportunities, making it essential for individuals, businesses, and financial institutions to adapt and embrace digital financial control measures. One of the key aspects of financial control in the digital age is automation of financial processes. With the advent of digital tools and software, tasks such as tracking expenses, reconciling accounts, and managing budgets have become more streamlined and less error prone. This not only saves time, but also reduces risk of human error, resulting in more accurate financial data. So as we see in the ERP, once a transaction is entered, you get the real situation immediately. So you can take decision accordingly, whether the purchases are to be made, whether the stocks can be used, or any other vendor is to be even considered. The vendor details are also available there. Moreover, the digital age has given rise to innovative financial instruments and services. Cryptocurrencies, online banking, robo-advisors, and peer-to-peer lending platforms are just a few examples of how the financial landscape has expanded. These technologies have opened up new avenues for individuals and businesses to manage, invest, and grow their finances. But they also bring a set of unique challenges such as cyber security and regulatory compliance. The importance of data security in financial control cannot be overstated. Mr. Samir also said the data security was compromised in one of the organizations. So this has to be seen. Mr. Nair also emphasized the importance of data security. So this has to be always considered in today's age. With the vast amount of financial data being transferred and stored digitally, protecting sensitive information has become a critical concern. The rise of cyber threats and data breaches has necessitated the implementation of robust security measures and encryption technologies to safeguard financial assets and information. Financial control in the digital age is a dynamic and ever-evolving field. Technology has brought both opportunities and challenges to the way we manage and control our finances. Embracing these changes, adopting innovative digital tools, and prioritizing data security are essential steps in ensuring financial stability and success in this new era. Whether you are an individual looking to secure your financial future or a business seeking to optimize financial operations, adopting to the digital age is a fundamental requirement for financial control. Market disruptors impacting finance operation. Traditionally, finance shared services have been formed in centralized location, onshore or offshore, and are managed by leaders who are trained in delivering streamlined finances, services, and compliance activities to reduce operational costs. In our 2000, there was a survey done by a firm in 2021 survey. They said the respondent organizations indicated that they achieved cost reduction and business strategy and planning objectives. However, there are clear opportunities to improve standardization and efficiency with digital information and drive business value. Cost reduction is also one of the area. Finance leaders remain focused on cost as a key driver for business case. We are witnessing a reduction on capital expenditure needed to deploy a large physical center due to the remote working model. Additionally, finance services are constantly being streamlined and simplified to increase efficiency and ultimately reduce costs. Some of the companies are using robotic process automation resulting in reduction of the manual work and resources required to manage the same demands. According to survey, one of the big audit firms says 54% of the respondents achieved more than 10% savings through digitization and RPA implementation. Delivery capabilities. Digital finance operations focus beyond cost reduction and compliances. They have superior delivery capabilities with more efficient processes by design. Digital finance operations improve the quality of service delivery with the adoption of new technologies such as cloud-enabled as a service models and process automation. In the survey, Global Shared Services Outsourcing Survey report, 47% of organizations listed leveraging more automation and technology to enhance service delivery as a top priority. Just give me a minute. Data for decision making. Digital finance operations deliver their services through a technology platform on which the data has been tracked and captured at every step of the delivery. The advancement of disruptive technologies measures reporting capabilities from limited integration across platforms to advanced predictive analytics. Predictive analytics can lead to better understanding of customer behavior and anticipate customer needs, key ingredients for better decisions. Employee experience and customer satisfaction. The multi-tiered structure of digital finance operations elevates employees' experience along multi-geographic coverage, given that employees do not have to be in a centralized location and can be closer to the business. Based on one of the largest technology providers for digital finance operations, ServiceNow case studies, customer experience, and employees' satisfaction scores that exceed 90% have been recorded multiple times after the launch of digital finance operations and implementation of the technology. Finance leaders are finding new innovative ways to engage with their employees, improve overall satisfaction, enhance delivery capabilities, and drive the business. Digital finance operations consists of an imagination of the function whereby employee behaviors and expectations have dramatically changed in the digital age, resulting in the rise of new dynamic employee journeys and a different way of looking for and connecting to organizations. Accordingly, organizations must evaluate their services delivery in order to create personalized, memorable experiences and be relevant to their employees. To support this, finance organizations, finance shared services need to evolve digital finance operations based on human-centric and agile approach. With the mindset of the management changing, in the digital era, the MSMEs are also changing and they're getting all these new innovative things and they are getting their all finance controls on real-time basis. I would like to conclude and once again thank you ICS team to invite me and be one part of the 150th episode of Sadgun Sang. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So sorry for the wrong introduction.
No, it's okay.
I
Perfect.
apologize
Perfect.
for the
No, it's
same.
okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm a part of ICS. Don't worry.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we shall have panel discussion along with open forum. Let me introduce to our moderator, Mr. Dilip Negi. He's a Vice President, Planning and Strategy at International Certification Services Private Limited, BA in Economics, Diploma in Computer Application and Management, experience into accounts and finance, administration, HR strategy and planning. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
Please welcome all the panelists. Now the forum is open to all. Audience is requested to ask if any questions, or you can put the questions in the chat box. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Susma. Chair to Sadgun Sangh, Dr. Kataria, distinguished speakers, and esteemed participants. Good evening and welcome to this insightful panel discussion as part of our initiative of knowledge sharing, 150th episode of Sadgun Sangh dedicated to MSME. It's truly an honor to have all of you here today, joining us from the various corners of India to engage a meaningful dialogue about the critical role MSME play in shaping our economy. Today's discussion is not a just conversation, it's a collective effort to empower and uplift MSMEs, reorganizing their potential as a backbone of our economy. As we navigate through the topics, I encourage all of you to actively participate and ask questions and share your thoughts. This platform is as much yours as it is ours, and your insight is invaluable. As you know that today is the cricket match is going on, and it's very difficult to retain the people, participants. That's one a challenging task, but hats off to Dr. Kataria. He still believes that whatever we have decided, whatever our commitment, we have to fulfill it. I think Joglekar Saab is there or he has left. Susma, can you help me in that?
Yes, sir. Sir is joining.
Okay, sir is joining. Okay, okay. So meanwhile, I will just go to Nilesh Saab. He beautifully covered the leadership, explaining the beautifully about the evergreen topic of the leadership. Yes, I agree with you, sir. Leadership is one of the favorite topic. Whatever you speak, it is less. And Dr. Kataria will agree with me. Just to start a discussion, I would like to request you that do you believe that the Indian economy's ecosystem, particularly in relation to the MSME, is prepared to era of digital leadership, digital transformation, and the creation of digital atmosphere? Yes, Neil sir.
Thank you, Dilip ji, for that question. Yes, it's a $1 million question. As you say, any transformation is not easy. It takes time. And it's again a mindset that comes to play. So especially when we are talking about today's time and when we are focusing on MSMEs, the challenge is many. As even, when Anant Narayan shared about ERP, there are a lot of myths and challenges that is there. Okay. So MSME, however, is contributing to the growth and economy of the nation, but still MSMEs are in their own world. Things are changing, but then the pace at which it is changing is still very much in the asking. So if our Prime Minister has the big dream of making India the third
I think we lost the connection.
Yes.
I think we lost the connection.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, now it is okay. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So I was just sharing the same thing that it's a long way to go when we are talking about transformation, especially in the digital transformation or transformational leaders in the digital era. There are a lot of things that need to be, first addressed. And as I have shared with you, it's the mindset that needs to be first tackled.
Yeah.
So definitely, there is no alternative. The digital leader mindset or
I think again we lost his connectivity.
Yeah, I would like to continue.
Yeah, please. Yeah, Dr.
Yeah.
Kataria, would you like to add something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
sir,
is-
please.
Yeah, Mr. Neil, I
Mr. Neil is back,
second
Mr.
you
Neil.
that without digital transformation by MSME, survival going to be a big question mark in coming years. Because now all the corporate, all this lot of things on MSME, where they had to really tighten their belt and they had to be ready 24/7 to provide service parts to the big corporate world. So they had to adopt. There is no second choice for them. They have to follow. And the second thing is very important that, as Mr. Ananthan says, that now ERP is available at very low cost, and those are also tailor-made if required. So always thinking was there, ERPs are for the corporate world, not for the MSME. But it's good that now a lot of IT companies have come up with ready-made ERP suitable for this MSME. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
And what requires to be done also, if I can just add, is
Yeah, please.
as Anantraman also said, you need to tone down the whole thing to the MSME level. It's how you can really, give that confidence to MSME and remove their apprehensions. If you bring forth all that big jargons that corporate has, like, into digitalization, the big words and all those things, then that will only take them far away. What we need to do, like very rightly, this platform itself, where Kataria sir is fostering so many MSMEs, we bring to them on
Okay, again we lost his connection. Shall I move to next? I would request to Mr. Joglekar sir. You started beautifully, sir. You covered a lot of things. Just I would like to ask you one thing. How do the government policies such as the Skill India and Digital India support business in implementing digital training mechanism?
This is a great question. Thank you, Dilip sir. And sir, so I have not really had a great exposure to Digital India specifically, but certainly can talk about Skill India. Yeah. With respect to Skill India, one thing that they are able to do is they are able to aggregate trainers. I think that is one very, very important thing. I have attended a lot of Skill India conferences. They are the kind of engagement that they are doing, not only with large organizations, but even with smaller organizations. I think it's quite commendable. Second thing that they are able to do is now very they have done a very good job of actually aggregating profiles in terms of training needs of organizations. So I think we as organizations can very well register with them and tell them about our training needs. And they are able to do this mix and matching for sure, wherein the right trainer is assigned to the right organization. Something that even this platform is doing at a smaller scale, they are doing at a much larger scale. That is point number 2. And point number 3 is they are also organizing these conferences all over India. I was privileged to be part of one such conference 4 months back, I think, in June, and it was quite a good conference. It was a day-long conference, but quite well represented, quite well attended, and I think that is what they are doing. They are doing well. Digital India, unfortunately, sir, I'm not aware about what they are doing specifically.
Thank you very much. Yes, Dr. Kataria, would you like to add something on this? Okay. Okay, I would like to move now to Shalu ma'am. Thank you for presenting, covering A to Z under the multimedia. Actually, there is so much things are there in Ultimately today I came to know. Thank you
Yes,
very
sir.
much for your presentation.
Thank you so much.
Just I would like to ask you, in what way can multimedia tools like the Facebook is there, Instagram, LinkedIn, video call, chatbot, or so many things are there, even frequently asked question, FAQ is what you call it,
Okay.
be utilized to enhance the customer support service
Yes.
in Indian MSMEs, ensuring the
Okay.
personalized and efficient assistance?
Okay. Sir, thank you for asking this millionaire question to me. First of all, if I ask you Chat GPT, now Chat GPT is something, this era, this generation has been using it.
Right.
And, it is being an helpful and, time-saving tool for them, for each one of us. So
Right.
if I want to, as an HR, if I want to have an employee survey also
Mhm.
for real estate industry or for manufacturing industry, it gives me an, a brief, descriptive kind of a questionnaire, which is very helpful and which is a very easy way. So ChatGPT is an important tool, yes, but again, sometimes it becomes very complex also. ChatGPT will not understand human emotions over there, but it will be easily accessed to each one of us. So if people have also asked me this set of a question, Chalu ma'am, if ChatGPT is in place, so why so the trainer's life will be easy, or no trainer will be there as a soft skill trainer in everywhere, whether it's an organization as a corporate trainer also, no one will be there. But Chat GPT only understands what are the keywords you will mention over there, and it will describe all the factors or the key factors over there. Secondly, if you ask me Instagram, so yes, Instagram is also a multimedia where uses and misuses are also there. So users, now if I want to add whatever things we are doing on this platform, now if I want to add this on my Instagram, people will see it, people will view it, but the caption is also required, important caption, hashtags, whatever things you are using. So for me, content brings a biggest thing. Whatever content you are writing, whatever content you are using with the help of ChatGPT, with the help of your own knowledge, with the help of your own experience, it is also going to help you. Now, there is a button, there is a window wherein whatever you upload on Instagram, it gives you an access to upload on Facebook also. So that becomes easy for me. I don't have to again re-upload all the details on Facebook.
Yeah. But basically, then how the MSME can use these tools for their supporting and personalized efficient assistant?
So as an efficient assistant, they can easily use these tools because see, if they want to introduce anything as an SME, so they can easily use it. But if they want to hide it in a different way, I know for an SME there can be different set of loopholes also.
Right.
Like कुछ policies ऐसे होती है जो मुझे मतलब नहीं करना है, upload करना है. So they can, they can subscribe to their channels and they can just DM me for more details.
Yeah, fair enough. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Sir, I know multimedia, it's a very friendly and, it's an easy tool, which all of us are using in this platform.
Right.
But when to use, how to use, and what all things you want to add, that is also more important.
Because
please.
Dilip sir, so I would like to add something. So we had someone coming in, and for how to do interiors for our new office setup.
Yes.
So what he did was he took a photograph on ChatGPT.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a new feature that was introduced some 15 days back.
Okay.
And he had ChatGPT 4. So what he did was he took a photograph and ChatGPT gave office improvement suggestions.
Oh, lovely.
So I think I'm seeing that these AI tools are actually transforming a lot of professions that we never thought will get transformed. Imagine an AI software giving improvement suggestions on your office. That okay, you should have some plants. You should have this color connotation. You should have this kind of a whiteboard.
Right.
These were the kind of suggestions that were coming through from ChatGPT, and this was quite an innovation. thought it was relevant and
Right.
Yes,
right,
it
right.
was. Thank you so much, Joklekar sir. And there is one more tool, sir, that is called Ounce. Now, Ounce is also, if you want to create certain captions
Mhm.
on your Instagram thing, you can
Okay.
also use this. I am sure most of them they might not be using this tool, but it sounds like Jounce. So J is very silent, and it's a ounce kind of a tool. So in this, you can add lot of captions. If, as Joglekar sir said, that if you want any information, so even this application give you a lot of information about your interiors, about your fashion designing tool. It is all about creativity, and how well you manage it. It is more important. See, I know information, everyone has it, but how well you can portray it, how well you can utilize these information, that is also important, with the help of your creativity skills, with the help of your analytical skills.
Yes. Yes, Pankaj Dara sir, I would like to ask you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have covered beautifully everything because it seems that you have done the mastery in MSME. Yes, thorough knowledge, sir, for every ground knowledge. Yes, I appreciate that. Yes,
Yeah,
practical
actually-
knowledge, I should say.
Yeah, actually, that is only the
Yes, that is on. Yes,
console.
yes. So, just how have the government initiatives such as Digital India and Startup India influenced the digital adoption rate among the MSMEs? What is the adoption rate of all this? We talk about the AI, we talk about the digital movement and all that. But what is adoption? Because you are very close to MSME, it seems.
Yeah, definitely very close
Yes.
to MSME. Because myself is also an MSME.
Mhm.
I know the pain of mine, which are similar to the pain of others.
Right.
If MSME is a small business of 50 lakh rupees, and he want to connect digitally, he has a two
Right.
option. Either he can go to some influencer marketing person and develop it. That was the original school of thoughts. We have advertising agencies, marketing agencies. The customer used to go there, book their appointments. Right now, this is what happening due to digital. In your mobile itself only, which was thought of as an entertainment access tool, it is now a business tool. Now
Right.
more of the people are so the similar thought was procured by Prime Minister of India that we should give every at a fingertip of the customer so that he can use the leverage as per his business so that he can leverage in a proper direction. Now, targeting customer is very important. If you are a rural artist, you need a different kind of, if you are making a sneakers, shoes, the sneaker market is with the young generation that is from 3 to 25. Basically, 45 years age of person will be not using the sneakers. So that digital worlds give you specific marking that who are your targeted audience customers. So that's why MSMEs are penetrating very heavily because they are banking on products which are liked by the consumer, not liked by you. I might be liking some product, but that is not liked by the customer. For example, the day 2-3 days back only, I called some face wash that was made from natural products. So these days, the inclination to the natural product is increasing. So MSME are coming out with the natural products. Instead of making and marketing them, they are doing study and then only they are making now the products which will be easily sellable to them. So India is now on a very good demographic graph of statistics analytics which was used by only the management team or a CEO, CFO, that is used now available for MSMEs also. They also plan digitally that which area now the marketing should be done. In a Pune or a Mumbai, now it's not necessary that you should do marketing in Dadar. You may do marketing in Thana, small remote area, which will give a bigger base customer.
Right.
Because the untapped area or Panvel area is a very untapped area.
Right.
So now the MSMEs are realizing due to this digital world. By giving the example of Zomato, Zomato gave an example that biryani is the most sold item. When that item they get to know when they got a digital access to it.
Right, exactly.
That is why we have to be very digitally accessible all the functioning. Then we can plan our business. So MSMEs can do very beautiful work, and they are doing. Some are growing 3x, 4x, 10x. Now people are coming out of general traditional thought of business. It's not like that कि आपके पास showroom हो और main area में showroom हो, बांद्रा में showroom हो. Not necessary. You can sit on 16th floor and do a good business than a shop owner that is at Bandra link.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you, thank you. So, yes,
So just
Samirji,
to add on,
yeah,
sorry,
please.
Dilip sir.
Yeah,
Sir,
please.
I have also seen now, if you check with BNI businesses, now BNI stands for, Business Networking Internationally.
Right.
So if an SME also is, initiated in that process, whether it's a small business, whether it's a long way business, or whether it's a middle line management business. So even they are also welcome in that platform, BNI. And, they get interlinked with Mumbai platform, even the Delhi platform, with Metro Million platforms also over there. So in this way, your business is also entitled or embark and enlarge in different ways if you are in the platform of BNIs.
Right, right.
So that way leverage is being given to the small scale industry, to the large scale industry as well.
Yes.
If you are on the BNI platform.
Right. Yes, Samirji, you have raised the hand. Sorry, I missed you. So you wanted to
Oh,
say
it's
something.
okay. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Dilipji, once again, and thank you all the panelists and all the members to listen us very carefully. Friends, as Nahadeva was saying about the digital marketing we are talking about, and even Joglekar sir and Salu ma'am have put many points on that part. Two things we have to take care. Already, Data Protection Act is in the rule.
Right.
We know that India already issued that. And when we're talking about the machineries, these all are the machineries, computer. You have to believe in GIGO system, garbage in, garbage out.
Okay.
And always try to use the paid version if you're using for your business. Because if you are using a free product, and it is said in a cyber world that if you are using something free, then you yourself is a product. And so kindly note, friends, there was a case study before few months that some guy in a listed company have put all the data of a company. He want to issue some report, and a report has been prepared out of Chat GPT, but that data has been surpassed and used in a dark web, which was not using anyway. So before using anything, always remember one thing: you should be aware how to use that thing. सब बताते करना क्या है, क्या नहीं करना वो कोई नहीं बताता. And जब वो हमें पता होगा ना, MSME will be much more benefits on that part.
Right.
That's my point. Thank you,
Right.
Dilipji.
Yes, do's and don'ts are more crucial in that.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's the
yes.
most important thing. Yeah.
Right, right, right. But I have a question for you, Vas.
Yes,
Yes.
sure.
How can Indian MSMEs, especially those with the limited budgets, because you know that MSMEs are a small business units, access and afford the online management system, ensuring that the cost is not barrier to the digital transformation?
Great, sir. Great. Nice question, sir. So first of all, a person have to define what he wants.
Right.
Most important thing, मुझे जाना कहाँ है वो पता होगा ना, तो मैं कुछ भी कर पाऊंगा. Let's say just giving a very small example, and where the MSME get defeated mostly. There should be some vision and mission. Everyone writes in their website about us, vision and mission, but no one follows that thing, and that is the most important issue. Let's say I want to go somewhere to. Now, I would say I want to go in a vacation. I have opened a Paytm. I have written that I'm going from Ahmedabad and to jahan leke jana leke jao. It is not going to give me any option on that part. Any MSME should have a clear vision ki what they want, and then the scope of that part. Whether you need a client management system, you want an internal system, you want some dashboard, you want analytics, you want for a stock, it should be very clearly defined. And then you have to select out of various options already available in the market. Because if you're going to prepare a customized one for your business, it can be hefty amount and there may be chance of getting a failed. So better to outsource that thing. There are already a Zoho, QuickBook, many platforms are there. As Naha shown in the last slide of my presentation, you can use that thing. You can have a meetings. You can ask them for a quotation. There's always a process in many companies that they used to ask for at least 3 quotations. Bring that thing, discuss with them in detail, ask them and discuss with them your requirement, that this all my requirement, whether you can fulfill that thing, ask for a trial from them, and then you can implement that thing. And all these OMS platforms are cost effective. Once you can use on a parallel basis 2 platforms, which is useful to you, you can implement that thing and it is going to helpful. But yes, always I used to say one thing only, there should be a control what you are doing. Because if there is no any control, that can be failed. And what we respect, there should be someone. And one thing, last thing I would say, that the intention of management is the most important thing on this thing. If the intention is clear that we want to implement that thing, then only it can be successful.
Yes,
Yes, there will be
involvement.
chances of failure.
Yeah,
Thank you,
involvement
sir.
of involvement of the
Yeah.
top management.
Yeah, that is the most
that
important
is
thing.
very crucial. That is very
Yeah.
crucial. Yes, yes. Ayer Saab, you are saying something.
Yeah, Dilipji, you started off asking about how can MSMEs really look for financial supports when it comes to implementing information technology schemes, right? It would be a surprise to know that the government of India, through their Directory of Industries, actually supports the implementation of such kind of technology programs for the MSMEs.
Right.
They give a lot of subsidies. For example, the recent Gujarat policy, government's policy 2020 is close to 5 lakh rupees of subsidies given for any MSME who wants to implement an ICT solution. And there are methodologies by which you go through this. I think most of the state governments have such kind of schemes in place. And the Director Industries is the best friend for the MSMEs. That's what I would always say. Reach out to the Director Industries in your area and sit with the person and find out what various schemes are possible. And you should be able to get something out of the system to be able to implement such solutions. And I have seen this happening with many of my MSME friends.
Right. Thank you, Ayer Saab, for highlighting these things. But I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Basically, when we engage the ERP, basically what is the ERP? ERP is a process mapping, basically, we call in ISO also. In ISO, one tool is that is called the process mapping. So in ERP, we engage in the process mapping to enhance the operation, boost the productivity and cut cost. This is the purpose of the ERP, as you have defined in your presentation also. In the context of MSME, where the organization's leader oversees all process, because there is a single person, he is doing everything, right? The question arises, can ERP system replaces the process set of individual process sets, need of individual process set? If so, what are the safety implications of this approach?
See,
I think my question, I put up this.
I can kind of frame it in a different way.
Yeah.
How much of process automation can be achieved through ERP?
Right.
Yeah, it could be put it like that as well, right?
Right.
Now, one of the good things about, I would say most of the ERPs, I would say, let me not say generalize it, but most of the ERPs, there is a very good check and balance system which is already incorporated within the system, right? There are programming possibilities through which checks and balances are implemented, which ensures that mistakes don't happen, or it's a mistake proofing of a system. If you want to make a payment, automatically the TDS point could be triggered. For example, there is an accounting person who takes care of the TDS. That person has to be there in place for any payment to be made. If that person is to be bypassed, then who pays the TDS? This could be a classical question for any MSME.
Right.
ERP is going to take care of that process automation part of it. Then there could be systems put in place in such a way that irrespective of the amount of money that you're paying to a vendor, the 10% TDS automatically gets deducted and passes it on. So you are good on regulatory compliance. You are sure that there is a good amount of transparency to the vendor also that the TDS has been deducted, and all the systems can flow in automatically seamlessly across the various processes. So individuals are important when they have to write down the business rule. The business rule has to be written, and that rule gets implemented in the ERP using appropriate programming techniques.
Right.
I have a question.
Yeah, please, sir.
Yeah. My general question to all the panelists who can answer, I think we are focusing more on the manufacturing, but we should not forget about the service industry. If you see, when I visited US, and I have seen the most of the Indian shops who are selling the Indian goods, they have ERP and SAP system in place, right, for inventory to customer satisfaction, complaints, everything, they cover it under that one. With that, they are able to have few manpower. And same thing, if you see in India also, we have service industry like this is a dentist, then we have some of the dispensaries. They are using the medical SAP system, which is available ready-made. And that makes it very easy for them to write prescription, copy the prescription, know when the patient has visited last time. Similarly, things are available for other service industries, because we are talking about services growth in India is 30%. But I don't think growth of MSME digitalization is pacing with that. Can anybody can answer on that one, please?
Yeah, I can take a shot on that, Dr. Sundar. If you look at the ERP, there is only one particular component at the most, which is manufacturing specific. All other modules of any ERP are business specific. Okay, be it service industry, be it manufacturing industry,
Right.
the rules are the same as far as the ERP is concerned. So it is the mentality or the approach, as we rightly said, a digital leadership approach that needs to be put into place, that I need to ensure that my business processes are all going into digital world, and I am going to adopt systems in place which will make not only my life easier, but the overall growth of the organization also simpler. So that's more of a mindset activity that needs to be focused upon. And like these are the kind of platforms in which we can kind of bring about this change of mindset of people adopting ERP as a friend and not as a very big monster that cannot be done at all.
Right.
And Andy rightly said,
Yes,
in foreign countries like US, adoption of ERP is much more advanced as compared to India.
Thank you.
Basically, you have covered the financial control, and finance is the one.
Just add to Anantraman sir, whatever he said. Just looking at
please.
Just looking at your business size and the processes involved, you can always choose the ERP you want, and there are various ERPs available which will be customized as per your conditions, as per your requirements.
You can select the particular modules
not necessarily SAP. There are various other ERPs available which will fit your budget also.
Right. Perfectly okay, sir. Yes, sir. Basically, what happens if you see our conventional style of business, where the money control was with the owner of the company, right? कि गल्ले पे तो सेठ जी बैठेंगे, बाकी तो सब रहने दीजिए. That was the old traditional approach we had. Money control was the important. Now with the transformation of the economy and all these things, it has changed now a lot. But I would like to ask Mr. Pahuja, what financial key performance indicator, KPIs, in short, what are those KPIs should MSME track to gauge their financial health, and how can business interpret these metrics effectively?
Negi sir,
yes,
as far
please.
as I understand, our requirements will still be the same. But now everything is available. Everything is now available at the touch of a button.
Right.
So now you have to choose depending upon you. Again, what I say, depending upon your requirement, I can afford this much and my requirement is this much. You can choose whatever information you want. That information would be available within that software you choose, and you can get that information you want. Whatever you are doing manually, just change it to digital. The only thing is you have to look at your budget and your requirements, and the things are there available there. Everything is available.
Right, exactly. Thank you. Yes, Susma, is there any question in the chat box?
Let me check, sir.
Meanwhile, Dilipji, I would like to just add on to what Kishore ji said.
Sir, even I want to add something
please,
on what Kishore sir said. See, we know the mindset of the mentality of some certain bosses, certain directors are very rigid, very reluctant, in fact.
Right.
But to convince them, human, again, in person is required. So being a trainer, for me, sometimes, it becomes challenging for me. How to convince that director. Suppose he don't want to have his market into digitalization. He wants to have his own spreadsheets, manually things are going on. Yet, you as a HR manager, you have to convince them, you have to coach them, you have to explain them in a brief. Like, see, softwares give us a brief and a good idea, where your time is saved, where it gives you an effective pay slips also when you are generating any payroll software system.
Right.
So it can be an ERP software system, it can be anything. But I do believe in this forum, if each and every one of us as an SME, if we are going to work on our Excel sheets, that is our profits and losses, or maybe assets and liabilities, It will give us a glimpse what we are planning to do ahead in our next 2 years plan. It will give us a proper vision or a vision statement also, so that our missions and visions are clear over here.
Right.
If each or every one of will create an Excel sheet where our miscellaneous is covered, where our conveyance, where suppose now if anyone in this forum is creating 3 businesses, 3x businesses in a quarterly basis or in a 1-year business, so he or she is responsible for his profit and losses. So if he wants to think, or if he wants to create his own business as an SME, if he wants to think beyond, see, I do believe most of us will be having different things in our mind for next year or next to next year. As Sameer sir said, 2 years का vision हर एक के mind में रहेगा. दिवाली में नहीं तो न्यू ईयर के टाइम पे तो हर कोई हम लोग रेजोल्यूशंस बनाते हैं, पर हम लोग जब रेजोल्यूशंस बनाते भी हैं तो कुछ चीजें माइंडसेट, अगर हमारे माइंडसेट क्लियर रहेगा तब हम वो बैलेंस शीट को फॉलो कर पाएंगे. पर अगर हमारा बैलेंस शीट ही फॉलो नहीं रहेगा तो हम कैसे उसको ये करेंगे? How you're going to procure other things? तो अगर मुझे एक छोटा बिजनेस भी करना है, मुझे ये भी तो देखना है मेरा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर कहाँ होगा, मुझे इनकम अभी कितना है, मेरा फाइनेंशियल बजट कितना रहेगा डिजिटली में डालने के लिए, नहीं डालने के लिए, क्या और रिसोर्सेस हो सकते हैं. Why we are planning to have a skilled resources in our organization? Why we can't have semi-skilled? Because we know हमारा उतना ट्रेनिंग बजट नहीं है, हम उतना ट्रेनिंग नहीं दे पाएंगे किसी को भी, क्योंकि हम उतने एम्प्लॉइज को हम ट्रेन करते बैठे तो कितना टाइम वेस्ट हो जाएगा. तो जो लेवल ऑफ बिजनेस है अगर मुझे अभी देखना है तो मैं आगे का कब सोचूंगी. सो एटलीस्ट आई शुड हैव दैट एक्सेल शीट इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी.
Yeah, very valid point.
So this is for me, I mean it's for each one of us over here. If we can create that Excel sheet, and if अगर हमारा ऐसे बजट है कि हमारा बजट बहुत लिमिटेड है, जैसे पाऊजा सर ने कहा कि अगर फाइनेंशियल बजट कम है तो आई एम वेरी सॉरी टू से दिस, कम नहीं होना चाहिए, नहीं तो आपके बिजनेस प्रॉफिट्स और आपके जो रिसोर्सेज भी रहेंगे वो काफी लिमिटेड रहेंगे.
Right.
I have a valid point to justify over here.
A portion of the proper budgeting for the each.
Yes. So
section of
everyone,
the-
I
yes,
think we
yes,
should
yes,
have a proper Excel sheet, profit and losses, so that अगर miscellaneous में भी अगर ठीक है, लोग कहते हैं ना आजकल कि हमको हमारे लिए टाइम नहीं है. अरे क्यों टाइम नहीं है? Because you are only and only mesmerized with your own work culture, going for a gym, coming home, cooking food, sleeping, that's it. But where is your me time for you? I think your me time is also required. So if I want to ask anyone in this forum, अगर कुछ किसी को adventurous trip के लिए भी जाना है, बोलते हैं अभी मेरे पास बजट नहीं है. क्यों? Why? So अगर आपके लिए हर एक के पास digitalization has become very easy tool, so start preparing your Excel sheet also, ताकि आपका miscellaneous जो भी बजट रहेगा.
Right.
So see, things are predictable in this world.
Okay.
You can't predict.
Yes,
But
Salu,
आपके पास
yes.
जो है tools, जो आपके पास जितने भी जरिया है, उसका तो utilize कर सकते हो easily. तो मुझे लगता है अगर हम लोग each one of us, if we start creating our Excel sheets for our profit and losses.
Noted, Saluji, your point is noted.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Because we have the shortage of time, the little I can't expand.
Sorry, I'm very sorry to extend this thing.
Yes. Thank you. Basically, just one thing comes to my mind, that we talk about the blockchain technology. Frequently, we talk about it. Do you think that there is a in coming days we will be seeing this blockchain technology in MSME, and how much is going to help and change around? Anyone, please. Open to all.
Can I?
Yeah, please.
Dilipji?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, great. When we're talking about the blockchain technology, people think blockchain means a cryptocurrency.
No, that is different. Yes, I agree.
I know. People have that dilemma, but it's not proper actually.
Right.
Nowadays, you can see that many banks, for example, I'm giving a name, even ICICI banks, HDFC banks, they have converted themselves to blockchain technologies. Blockchain is having that power actually, because that is a decentralized selection, not a centralized.
Right.
And there is a concept of a checker maker over there, because one transaction is taking place, other are confirming that thing.
Right.
So no intervention is there.
Right.
And so you will see that this technology is going to help the businesses, and many big companies like TCS, Infosys, even they are bringing in their business on that. But I'm talking about the large corporates, but even many MSMEs is going to use that thing, and it is going to be a boon. It is quite expensive, but I would say, for example, I'm talking about before 20 years, people were unable to use SAP, but now SAP and ERP is a normal business for them. They are using easily. The same thing is about the blockchain technology, which is going to be a, I would say, game changer for them. And using blockchain with AI is going to change the whole era of the technology in their world. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Dr. Kataria, would you like to ask any question?
Yeah, another question.
Yeah.
What is coming to my mind that are we prepared to support MSME? I'm talking about the consultant, certification, verification, auditing firms, consultants firms. How much we have come ahead looking into the business, looking into $5 trillion US dollar economy. Are we ready for that one? Anybody can answer on that one. How much preparation we have as compare means as a consultant, as a ISO certification body, as an auditing body, because a lot of things are there. We are talking about the millions of SMEs and new startups.
Yeah. I would like to just share my experience over the last 2 years, not beyond that, not before that. The last 2 years, what I've seen is there are a lot of government initiatives that have come across, which have enabled consultants like us to reach out to MSMEs to solve their problems through multiple forums. Like one of the forums that I am actively engaged is the Zero Effect, Zero Defect consulting that I provide to the MSMEs. On very similar lines, I also provide support to the MSMEs on lean manufacturing. So consultants like us are now much more capable in a very structured manner to be able to help out the MSMEs who want to show some improvement in their operational efficiencies. They want to actually reduce their costs. They want to improve their market presence. So in this particular manner, the consultants are now getting engaged in a very structured way to be able to help out the MSMEs with their problems. That's my experience over the last 2 years, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Basically, just I was seeing that our MSME site, and there I saw that the figure which says that 1,99 lakhs MSMEs are registered under the Udyam registration. This is the figure which I took just today morning. And same time, yes, I was seeing the figures, whatever the funds are allocated, budget is allocated for the MSME. But my surprise that what budget was allocated last year, and it was almost utilized. But current year budget is not even the 50% utilized. Is there any reason for this? I would like to ask this question to forum.
So just to add on this, most of us, they don't take risk.
Okay.
And their infrastructure is very limited, the income, the budget, because they don't know. अगर मुझे budget का plan भी करना तो budget के planning में मैं बहुत ही पीछे हूँ. So they take some help, and that's why they think, but the risk taking factor is very less.
नहीं सालू जी मेरे ख्याल से मेरा क्वेश्चन इस डायरेक्शन में है कि जो बजट गवर्नमेंट ने जो बजट एलोकेट किया MSME को, दैट यूटिलाइजेशन तो गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसीज की वजह से आएगा ना. तो समवेयर MSME का जो है एक बैक सीट पे चला गया है क्या कंपेयर टू लास्ट ईयर?
वो चला गया है.
Yes.
Sameer sir, please go ahead.
Yeah, please.
Then I'll answer.
So there are 2 points. First, in India, first quarter is always going into a compliance work only.
Okay.
Or it is on a bank side compliance बोलूं मैं, किसी business का compliance वो सब है.
Right.
And we are Indians. हमें तूफान से खेलने में मजा आती है. You will find first 2 quarter में ना बहुत relax काम होता है. Last 2 quarter जो होते हैं, खास करके 4th quarter, वहाँ पे target achieve करने सब काम करना ये ना वो. And when policy comes into picture, they want to decode that thing, and then the consultants becomes active on that part. So MSME is growing like anything. Now even the effect of COVID have gone. I would say that is not that much effective on that part. So that is not the thing. But now you will find that 3rd and 4th quarter they are going to play a major role on that part.
Good, great. So you mean to say in the 4th quarter, all figures will change drastically?
Yeah, third and fourth is a game changer always.
Yes,
Right.
I completely resonate with what Samirji says.
My pleasure.
I've also seen the same way.
I
Okay.
have,
Yeah, please.
yeah.
Just,
One thing is there. If
uh,
you see, there are a lot of startups are there. A lot of new avenues have opened up after the COVID, especially medical devices. If you see, there's almost 30% growth has been there in the medical. And we have very large market, not only in India, but overseas. Similarly, the food industries also. Like we are discussing, I think there was that some of the company coming from abroad, they are much advanced, though those are smaller companies than India. So I don't know what is lacking. That's what again question comes, whether we have proper consultant to guide them, to provide them proper inputs and where they have to improve, how they have to come new challenges, competitive words, rather global words. So these are the questions which are the basic questions one has to focus. And one can utilize, see the new entrepreneurs also, many entrepreneurs have come in 2023, new entrepreneurs, which are small company will be doing business of maybe 20 lakh, 30 lakh rupees per annum. Thank you.
Yeah, can I just give one point as a response to what Dr. Kataria sir has said? See, my observation, see, we have an association which we also foster MSMEs, which is called ABLE, that is Association for Business Leaders and Entrepreneurs. Now, when we look around, what we see is all these many associations that are there, platforms also that are there. They are all, a bit very a narrow window focused, Now, even just give me, Shaluji, let me take the example of, even VNI. I'm not against it or for it. The point is, it focuses purely, on generating businesses. So its thrust is mainly, you refer me a customer, I will refer you a customer. Now, if you go beyond, and many of the associations, they talk on referrals, they talk on networking. But that is not what exactly is required. When you talk about MSMEs, it goes much beyond that.
Beyond that.
Are the MSMEs first ready to go to the next level? So even when we started off talking of leadership and all of this, even what Anant Iyer said about ERP also, see, there has to be a giver and taker. Both have to be there. The MSME needs to take, but the giver also needs to be in that level.
Position.
So somewhere, that ecosystem has to be created. It's a journey. So, and it is evolving. Definitely, we have to look at it very optimistically. And as Sir said, in the fourth quarter, things would change. Looking at it optimistically is one thing, but then there is a long way to go. The harvest is plenty, but are there people to really, reap that harvest? So small initiatives like Z, even I am associated with him with the Z thing. There are lean, so many, but these concepts, the MSMEs need to be approached, in a very, very, what you call, non-threatening manner, in a manner where all their apprehensions will be addressed. If we go upfront and suggest to them anything, then things are not going to work. It needs a lot of patience, a lot of resilience, and a lot of things where all their pain points, their apprehensions, all these need to be addressed. That is why, the story begins. When we say leadership, it is leadership at all levels. So I think the transformation is happening. The journey has begun. I think the horizon is there, and things have to be taken in that level. And I think this platform is again one platform where, so many, I mean, it's so awesome to hear so many of us sharing. And all these should get consolidated. The more you unite to get, to achieve something bigger, it has to be a movement. So rather than, just focusing on one or two aspects or just small things, we need to see how we can really, leverage it as a movement. So that's where it will take. But then each one can take one or take on and go, That's how you need to head.
Yeah. Thank you, Neil Saab. Basically, Iyer Saab has another meeting he has to drop. So
Yeah,
thank you, Ayusa. Thank you very much for your participation and beautiful presentation. Hope we will connect soon for the next event. Thank you very much. Thank you for sparing your time.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. No
Thank you.
duty is more urgent than that of saying thanks. I now request Mr. Nivruti Magar to present vote of thanks. Before that, let me introduce him. He's a Vice President of Forensic from ICS Assured, PET Forensic Science from Mumbai University, MSc Forensic Science specialized in Forensic Chemistry and Toxicology from Government Institute of Forensic Science, Mumbai. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So thank you so much and good evening to one and all. I'll not take much time because it's already we have been running out of the time, and I'll just take the vote of thanks. So on the behalf of S.J. Kataria Foundation's International Certification Services and its group companies, would like to extend our sincere thanks to all the participants, the speakers, to have you all here on the auspicious occasion of celebration on the successful completion of 150th episode of Sadgun Sang Meet that was launched during the 2020th. We are very much happy and thankful to all the eminent speakers representing various industries for sharing their thoughts, vast knowledge, enriched experience to the MSME industries and service sectors. Your participation added an extra layer of a significance to the occasion. We are truly honored to have you as our speaker. The success of this event wouldn't have been possible without your support, engagement, and the enthusiasm you brought. Okay, so our thanks to ICS team under Ms. Sushma Kindalkar, Mr. Vaibhav, and the team for making this successful and historical event under the guidance of our director, Dr. Sundar Kataria, and Mr. Sumit Kataria, who always put a lot of their thoughts and efforts into crafting event that would be engaging and informative for the participants. Intake and administration support has made the meet to reach many SME through virtual platform and multimedia. Thanks to them. Finally, I'd like to extend a gratitude and thanks to all the participants for their supports. Today's conclave on digital world was for the benefit for MSMEs, which has been always supportive and cooperative. Thanks to MSME for active involvement. Lastly, I'll just summarize my vote of thanks in 2 lines. That जिंदगी की असली उड़ान अभी बाकी है, जिंदगी के कई इम्तिहान अभी बाकी है, अभी तो नापी है हमने मुट्ठी भर जमीन हमने, अभी तो सारा आसमान बाकी है. So thanks again to all. Jai Hind, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Innovation. Thanks again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
I request everyone to please on their cameras so that we can have a quick group pic. Yes, thank you everyone. Thank you for being a part of the Sadgun Sang 150th celebration on 14th October 2023. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sushma ma'am.
Thank you. ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
for this
much. Thank you so
opportunity.
much.
Thank you, everybody.
all.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dilip sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sundar sir. Thank you, all the team. Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
Sundar sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Kataria sir. It was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Neil sir, for
See you again.
putting your
Thank you,
efforts
Shaluji.
and giving all the, insights of your session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank